Rodgers, que a sus 38 años de edad sigue siendo de lo mejor que hay en la NFL, y sus Packers que llegan a la marca de 9 ganados y 3 perdidos. Pablo Viruega, Ciro Procuna por la pantalla de ESPN y de Star Plus. Aquí los números de Rodgers en la campaña, Pablo.
Casi las 3,000 yardas, Ciro, te saludo con mucho gusto. 23 de anotación, solamente 4 intercepciones. Los Packers han ganado los últimos 5 enfrentamientos y sí los tiene pues, prácticamente como clientes, socios y demás. El dueño de Chicago, aunque ahora juegan en Green Bay.
22 ganados y 5 perdidos. Por eso decíamos, no le falta razón cuando dice sigo siendo su dueño. Justin Fields, bueno, tiene mucho que aprender. Ojalá lleve libreta y papel para tomar nota. Tiene apenas 22 años por 38 de Rodgers. Todavía un largo tramo por delante para este novato. Claves el partido, Pablo, venga.
Bueno, empecemos precisamente con el equipo de los...
Ahora vamos, si quieres, antes... Perdón, Pablo, antes tenemos esto. Cuando apuestas en Betcris, las emociones se elevan al máximo en cada partido. Descarga la aplicación, apuesta en vivo. El móvil para el triunfo de Packers es de -10.5. Si apuestas 300, ganas 578. Los puedes comprar en menos de 20 minutos. Ahora sí, las claves, venga.
Ahí están las claves. Hay que presionar a Rodgers. El control de balón para Green Bay, dentro de otras más.
Penn State, Darnell Mooney, Tulane, Cole Kmet, Notre Dame, Jimmy Graham, Jason Peters, University of Arkansas, Cody Whitehair, Penn State, Sam Mustapher, Notre Dame, James Daniels, Warren T. Harding High School, Larry Moore, Missouri.
Bien, pues arranca el equipo de Chicago, un equipo al que le ha costado mucho trabajo mover la pelota a lo largo de esta temporada. El pase es demasiado largo, inicia lanzando con Allen Robinson incompleto. Aquí está Justin Fields, tiene un gran futuro, pero su presente deja muchas dudas.
Y un equipo de Chicago que pues primero tiene que resolver la posición en el quarterback. Justin Fields debe hacerlo. Y esto es Chicago, presionar a Rodgers, frenar el juego terrestre, irse arriba rápido en el marcador. No creo que pueda regresar en el marcador, no tiene armas para poderlo hacer. Y ahí tenemos también las de Green Bay.
Exactamente, ahí las veíamos. Obviamente, y ahora sí se deciden a correr, van para ganar 4 yardas con David Williams. La tercera oportunidad de 6. 3 fuera sería muy inoportuno para el equipo de...
Coverage was good, finds the opening, exploits it for 11 yards and a first down.
Yeah, a la Aaron Rodgers here. Anytime you see a gap in an opening like that, just take advantage of it. So many times we see Rodgers, though, step up and then throw the football, but really for Justin Fields at this point in his career, the way he can run the ball, that's not a bad option either.
Spotted where he started the slides and put it back at the 38. Give an 8-yard gain. First down of the game. An empty backfield here. 4 receivers set to the left. Fields looks like he throws up the pressure. On the 45-yard line. Darnell Mooney, their lead receiver.
3,
Put on that time
2,
to
1, go! Welcome to the
But he stood right in there.
Let's roll, baby.
And delivered a strike.
Hola,
So
bienvenidos a Chief
we are
Kingdom
off and
y
running for
estamos
this
en el partido de Green Bay Packers contra los Chicago Bears. Y bueno, en el primer periodo que se está bastante interesante por el momento, llevamos 2 minutos de partido, primero y 10 para Chicago. Y Chicago ha hecho un buen drive de inicio, una carrera de Justin Fields y después un pase en profundidad para ganar el 10. Y ahora vamos para el segundo.
Chris Barnes, UCLA, Devondre Campbell, Minnesota, Rashawn Gary, Michigan.
En este partido la diferencia es que está empezando Justin Fields. Yo pensé que iba a iniciar Andy Dalton, por como ha venido jugando y no lo ha hecho tan mal, digamos. Pero Justin Fields entonces en el campo. Moción pistola para correr. Ganancia mínima, como media yarda, una yarda tal vez.
Chicago Bears. Matt LaFleur's Green Bay Packers. Nagy on the other
Matt
side. We saw him.
35-9,
Matt LaFleur has taken his team in his 2 years to the NFC Championship game.
en la postemporada.
Trying to get there again and trying to win it.
This is a defense
55,
now under Joe
tercero,
Barry, and it's very
de
difficult
Chicago.
to get behind them. But sometimes
No lo están
opportunities to
haciendo
run the
mal,
ball or throw it short.
pero lo van a tener que hacer mucho mejor para levantar este partido. De manera personal me encantaría que Chicago gane, o por lo menos represente una gran batalla a Green Bay. Pero va a estar súper complicado. Está súper complicado. En cuarto y 7.
Really nice play that time by Henry Black, who's getting more and more playing time right now for Green Bay. Watch him undercut this throw to Cole Kmet. He went in the backside here to knock that thing away. Big first series play that time by Henry Black.
Pero después prevaleció la defensa de Green Bay.
Bringing Patrick O'Donnell to do the punting. Amari Rodgers, rookie out of Clemson, sets up inside his 10-yard line. Rodgers lets it go, and it's a touchback. And that means Aaron Rodgers will start from the 20 when we come back to Lambeau Field.
Desde Lambeau, 11-28, primer cuarto, y Rodgers al campo de juego. Veremos cómo se pinta este partido. Como les decía, de manera personal me encantaría que los Bears por lo menos le dieran una batalla dura y que realmente a Green Bay le cueste ganar. Y eso tiene más.
How'd you find my Ned
mis
sense?
sentimientos encontrados, no tan
What are we gonna do for 300 miles?
sentimientos al
I
momento
spy something red.
respecto a Aaron Rodgers.
300-mile range on a single charge. See the all-electric Ioniq 5 and Spider-Man No Way Home.
The Peñas are saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now they're free to become
no adorados en todo sentido, pero sí muy respetado.
They see
a lo
your
largo
ugly
de su
sweater
carrera por todo lo que ha logrado.
and raise you some
Pero
mittens.
este último año y un poco más ha sido lamentable cómo se ha comportado, la forma en que se ha expresado, la forma en que ha mentido, e incluso este tema de la fractura en el dedo meñique del pie, para mí básicamente otra estupidez de Aaron Rodgers en esta temporada. Pero bueno, ¿qué se va a hacer? Es el titular, el quarterback titular de Green Bay. Así
Welcome
que,
to
bueno,
Allstate.
tal vez esta es su última temporada y
But
veremos
we've just
cómo
lowered
termina.
our auto
Por el
rates.
momento, Green Bay ha jugado bien, no se puede negar eso. A
And
excepción
savings
del
like
primer
that
partido en donde se vieron
follow you
horrible.
everywhere.
Los siguientes partidos
Now
fueron
get new
sólidos.
lower auto rates with
Ganaron,
Allstate.
incluso le ganaron al candidato, a uno de los primeros candidatos a ganar al Super Bowl, como
Because better
los
protection
Cardinals.
costs a
Y
whole lot
después
less. You're in
una
good
que otra
hands with
actuación un cacho
Allstate.
dudosa, pero consiguiendo
Call for a lower auto rate
la
today.
victoria en este caso.
Oh, Bud Light sells a retro
Veremos qué pasa. Y Justin Fields que empezó relativamente bien, pero después cayó en los últimos 3 partidos, si no me equivoco. Andy Dalton estuvo como titular, sacó el equipo adelante, no con tanto éxito, pero sí de una manera por lo menos decente, y pues bueno, ahora vuelve para jugar. Entonces veremos cómo le va. Tal vez Justin Fields podría ser un quarterback franquicia para los Chicago Bears, pero en su primera temporada ha estado en menos que 10. Bueno, a comparación de Trevor Lawrence, teoría le da mejor, pero bueno. En este tipo de partidos realmente se tiene que ver de qué está hecho.
Aaron Rodgers goes right to work off play action.
Aaron Rodgers, play action para Lazard, ganancia de
thrown out of bounds by Artie Burns.
6 yardas.
Rodgers' numbers are always good.
Vamos con el segundo
Nothing new here.
down.
Here we go again.
Aaron Rodgers con un porcentaje
23
de
touchdowns,
pases
4 picks,
completados
almost a
de
6-to-1 ratio.
66%,
And
yardas
the
al
rating
momento
is the 4th best in the
2.878
NFL.
yardas.
Not bad considering that opening day disaster that they had against the Saints.
Lost
Segundo y
38
4,
to 3
10
on
por
opening.
jugar, primer
Second
periodo,
down,
Rodgers,
Rodgers
tiempo,
under
y
pressure.
es
Down he goes.
eso.
So the secondary did its work. He was looking, couldn't find
Atrapado,
anybody, and Robert
atrapado
Quinn,
Aaron Rodgers.
who comes into the game with a dozen sacks, gets there to knock him down.
Y parecía que tenía
Let's
buena
give credit to
cobertura
the
y ahí vuelve
secondary,
la
but
repetición.
watch this. You're going to get the full dose of what this
Por el lado
rivalry is
derecho,
all about.
justamente del campo
You're
del
going to see
juego,
Robert Quinn
escapando,
come in and get the
y logrando la
sack,
abertura
and
hacia
then
la
give him
derecha,
the
justamente donde estaba
championship
corriendo
belt
Aaron
right there and
Rodgers,
say, yeah,
y
baby,
es
you don't know
derribado
me.
con una pérdida de yardas casi de
Nichols was
5
the
yardas.
first guy to get there, forced him to his left. Breaks the sack for Quinn's third down and 15.
Shotgun,
Just a 3-man
con
rush.
tiempo, otra vez retrocediendo,
Incomplete. Well short of the first down.
ganancia de
Joshua
5 yardas.
Guerra, the tight end, making the
Ganancia
right
de,
there, so it's 4th down
en
and
teoría
9.
ganancia de 5 yardas,
three and
pero
out.
lastimosamente no sirve porque nos vamos para el cuarto down.
Yeah, I've got to think that for right now, Matt Nagy is probably feeling all right. His offense had a little movement on that first drive. Defense holds up on their end, and they're in a football game.
A la primera
Corey Bojorquez in his first season here led the league in punting average last year with Buffalo. They didn't keep him around. But the Rams winds up here.
Bueno, una victoria moral.
Sets up in his own 30 to accept
El
the
score sigue
punt.
0-0, 9-19 por jugar en el primer cuarto. Despeje para patada de retorno. Avanzando, gana 5, 10, 15, 20, casi 25 yardas en el regreso de la patada de Green Bay.
Punter knocked him out of bounds at that spot.
Buenísima esa carrera.
A little over 9 to play in the first quarter. The Champions
9-8,
Club.
9-8, 9-8 por jugar y bueno, Chicago Bears parece que se viene con todo. Bueno, vamos a empezar a repasar los resultados de esta jornada, que bueno, en la fecha en la semana número 14 comenzó el día jueves con Vikings Steelers 36-28 para los Vikings, en un partido bastante raro donde básicamente los Steelers se fueron en la primera parte con un marcador en 0 y recién despertaron finalizando el tercer cuarto y en el cuarto cuarto, como les ocurrió en el anterior partido,
Give from the heart with 25 to 50% off everything.
de
Don't miss
Claypool
the last big
para
sale of the
perder casi
year
14
and
segundos,
celebrate every kiss
faltando
with K.
menos de 30, lo cual les hubiera significado por lo menos 2 yardas más y para avanzar. Un gran pase de Ben Roethlisberger que rebota en el pecho del receptor y termina dilapidando las aspiraciones de los Steelers para ganar, que por lo menos podrían tal vez llegar a haber empatado e irse al tiempo extra. Pero bueno, así terminó Steelers el jueves. Steelers 28, Vikings 36. Después el día de hoy, Saints 30, Jets 9. En un partido bastante raro donde los Saints estaban arriba por 3 puntos y la ventaja era relativamente manejable para los Jets durante un buen tiempo del partido, pero el resultado final 30-9 en favor de los Saints. Después Falcons Panthers 29-21. en un partido que empezó bastante mal para Cam Newton, pero después se fue cerrando y lastimosamente los Falcons pudieron capitalizar en esa victoria para acabar con el marcador de 29-21 en favor de Falcons. En los partidos, otro partido que estuvo cerrado por mucho tiempo fue Texans y Seahawks. En el primer momento estaban empatados, después Seahawks con una ligera ventaja, pero finalmente el marcador en favor de los Seahawks 33-3. En otro partido, en el partido que estuvimos en la tarde, pues bueno, los jefes, mis jefes, ganaron 48-9 los Raiders. Increíble partido donde la primera mitad terminó con un marcador, si no me equivoco, de 38-3. Increíble partido, increíble partido. En todos los sentidos, Kansas City fue superior a Green Bay.
Is the running back. Start from the 44. Fields protected well, deep downfield along the sideline, and that's Mooney, but he is on the chalk and out of bounds. Adrian Amos covering. Talked about the improved Green Bay defense. First-year defensive coordinator Joe Barry.
Segundo drive en favor
de
Chicago Bears.
Washington. And those defenses weren't very good when he was there, but all of a sudden he comes here after spending 4 years on Sean McVay with the Rams. He's gotten this thing turned around.
Si se mantiene, Chicago Bears yo creo que lo pueden lograr. Por lo menos poner en serio los retos de Green Bay.
There's Montgomery slipping to the
jugada de engaño para una
outside.
ganancia de 5 yardas en el tercer down.
So the key to the Packers
Llegaremos
defense
al
now
tercero y
is in
5, lo más
fact
probable.
trying to fool the young
8:43 por
quarterback,
jugar.
Justin Fields. So they're
Justamente,
going to give you a
tercero y
little
5
bit
por
of a
jugar.
mushy look with the safeties
tercer
kind of
down,
down,
5
sort of
yardas.
back. What are they in?
8:35
Too
por
deep,
jugar,
one deep.
primer
You
cuarto.
don't really know until
Chicago
after
y
the
Green
ball
Bay
is snapped.
0-0. Shotgun. Shotgun. Interesantes. Pase, un balazo. Bien. Un balazo para el Robinson. Y ganando el primer 10. Bien.
Yeah, and he's the franchise receiver too, because he is the guy that understands zone defenses. He's a bigger body, and he's that third
Corrida
down
en doble marca, frenando muy
Fields. You
bien, y el
really
balazo de
need
Justin
that
Fields
kind of
justo al
veteran
medio,
presence, and when
justo
he's
al
been out with
jugador,
the injury,
pues para la recepción.
it was felt.
Y bueno, estamos en primera 10, yarda 30, Green Bay. Formación pistola, corrida con sin ganancia. Apenas llegando a la línea de scrimmage. 7:38 por jugar, llegamos al segundo down.
And how
y
good
10.
has Rashawn Gary been this year for the Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur? He has just been finding a way over the past,
está la
really
repetición.
last month. Watch him come inside
viene la
here
carga
to Jason Peters
por el lado,
and make that play. He's been all over the quarterback.
por el lado
He leads
izquierdo
his
de
team with
Green
sacks.
Bay.
And
Y justamente
really was not that
frenando
kind of
el corredor.
playmaker coming out of college. He has been
Formación
well
shotgun
coached here
otra
at Green
vez.
Bay.
69.
Draw play. Montgomery has
Roll play.
room to roam. A first
Corriendo
down,
para
but
10.
50 more.
Consiguiendo con ese roleplay el primer 10 y 10 yardas más fácil de ganancia.
That's a 20-yard
Esto se está poniendo
One
interesante.
of the problems is they
Ahí
like
en
this
la repetición
outside
podemos ver
rush, and so you're going to have
que
opportunities
todos se
with
van
the
por los
balls
costados,
and
cuando por el
plays
centro
up
dejan un
inside,
gran
whether
hueco
it's
que es
Justin
explotado
Fields
por la
running
ofensiva
or
de
it's
Green Bay,
David Montgomery. They
de
want that
Chicago.
outside
Y
presence to
fácil la
get the
ganancia de
pressure,
20
but that's
yardas.
the risk you
Y
take.
logrando el primer gol. Increíble. En Lambo. Chicago Bears al parecer va a anotar el primer touchdown. Justin Fields corriendo para ganancia de unas 2-3 yardas tal vez.
6.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
That was actually a very good play by Justin Fields. He made the right read. It just didn't happen to work out. The edge was protected, and it wasn't the person that he was reading. But the play broke down, and he got out of bounds. And that's what he's going to have to learn to do. 17 games is a long season. Quarterbacks in this league have to protect themselves.
Meanwhile, they've got a problem right now. He's here is the left tackle, Jason Peters, a surefire Hall of Famer. He'll be 40 years old next month. He
10
but
yardas
he will need
corriendo,
some attention.
porque le dieron un
And that may mean
gran,
we're going to see the rookie
una
tight
gran
end Jenkins
brecha, en realidad.
in the game. Let's take a look at what
Ahora
happened
aparece
to
Peters de-
Jason Peters.
Jason Peters
I don't
está
know where the
lastimado
Chicago Bears
de
would have been without
Chicago
Jason
Bears.
Peters this year. Let's take a look.
A ver, ahí está la repetición.
As usual, somebody falls on the back of an offensive lineman's leg
Un
as
jugador de
they're
Green Bay es quien
in
cae
contact
sobre
and
su pie y
pressing.
un golpe.
Well, he really has had a phenomenal season. And they have two rookies that were supposed to play tackles. Tevin Jenkins from the beginning of the year never really got into the game at all. Had back surgery in August and never really put on pads for the Chicago Bears. And yet here he is now showing up in this big rivalry game with the Packers.
Got into 2 plays last
Y en
week
Lambo todo el
on
mundo está
special
prendido
teams.
y Matt
So
LaFleur
here he is
pidiendo el
now,
apoyo,
trying to protect Fields'
tratando de
blind
intimidar
side
a
on
los
second down
visitantes,
and
pero
goal
esto
from the 9-yard
no
line.
creo que funcione mucho, porque parece que los Chicago Bears
Fields
están
under the pressure, fires too high.
determinados a plantar una buena pelea a
Robinson, the
Green Bay.
intended receiver. Ronald Torb
Pase de Justin Fields, pase
tonight's
incompleto, pero
referee.
hay
First time we
un
hear from
pañuelo
Ron.
en el campo de juego. Vamos a ver qué dice el referee.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense number 96. Penalty is half a distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
First down en favor de Chicago Bears por uso ilegal de las manos por parte del número 96, y es cuando básicamente lo que está haciendo es empujar con su mano el casco y por ende la cabeza del rival, y eso es un uso ilegal de las manos, y automáticamente nos vamos al primer down, en este caso el primer gol, en la yarda 10 para correr por el centro, con ganancia mínima, tal vez 1 y media yardas. Vamos con el segundo gol.
Just trying to keep a little bit of an eye on Tevin Jenkins in the game now. Not a bad block that time. Looked like they just went an outside zone, but for Aaron Rodgers, he knows well what this rivalry means. And the last time these two teams got together, he yelled out,
buena cobertura de la defensa, Justin Fields por el momento, con una actuación de segundo gol, 56 por lugar, y hay un silbato y un pañuelo, una falta, a ver.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty.
5 yardas de castigo en contra de Chicago Bears por un inicio por un falso inicio, y Peters está dejando el campo de
A lot
juego.
of the rookie Jenkins tonight. Second down and goal as they move the ball now back to
Una gran
the
pieza en la
8-yard
defensa de
line.
Chicago Bears, dejando
Green
el
Bay
campo de
gets on the
juego,
slow starts this
para
year.
que lo revisen y
Outscored by
vean
27 points in the first quarter.
5-12 por jugar, segundo gol.
Jimmy Graham at the bottom. If it was
Retrocedemos
even
5
one-on-one,
yardas
they
y
will take it
empezamos en
almost
la yarda
every
8 de
time.
nuevo.
Did not.
Justin Fields con tiempo, Justin Fields corriendo por su vida y ganando en el borde del campo de juego unas 3-4 yardas. Pero bien, estuvo bien. Buena lectura del juego. Hay que ver. Viene la carga. Cuando veía que ya no podía hacer más, todo el mundo cubierto, pues se decidió a correr. Y ahí está, las coberturas bastante buenas por parte de Green Bay.
NFC Defensive Player of the Week for this performance a week ago.
Tercer gol. Yarda 5, territorio de zona roja de Green Bay, con tiempo para lanzar, pase, y es completo.
In the end zone by Cole Kmet, the tight end, one of the three that were in there on that play. So fourth and goal, and again they can't cash in on a goal with those situations with a touchdown. Have to settle for a
Estas
3-point
oportunidades
attempt.
no pueden dejar pasar. Chicago tiene que ponerse serio.
Really, this is going to be as open as you get in the National Football League. He's just going to hook right over the end line. And you just get rebound position, but it's a throw where you have to put it right on his body. You can't extend him out like that. He had the perfect position.
Lastimosamente fue un mal pase de Justin Fields, porque a pesar de que tenía de frente al jugador, el pase fue retrasado y el ofensivo no tuvo tiempo de hacer el ajuste necesario
4:21 remaining.
Se acaban de perder un touchdown, pero bueno, 4-21. Y ahí justamente viendo la recriminación de Justin Fields, porque ese pase tenía que terminar el touchdown. Pero bueno, lastimosamente. De todas formas, Chicago Bears lanzando el golpe para 3-0.
These movements may not seem like
but
at Pfizer, protecting the regular routine and every day drives us to reach for exceptional, working to impact hundreds of millions of lives, young and old. It's what we call the pursuit of
Chicago Bears me parece que está haciendo un buen partido por el momento, pero es muy rápido para anticiparnos. Apenas vamos en el primer cuarto. Siguiendo con los resultados del día de hoy, Browns para escapar por un pelo en la victoria de los Ravens. Los Browns estaban ganando, si no me equivoco,
Seeing it load up that
por más de
quick, I was
15
genuinely
puntos a los
surprised. I can't
Ravens.
believe there's no lag. I didn't realize how bad you were until I got these really good graphics.
Lastimosamente, Lamar Jackson, después de 4 jugadas, se lesiona y tiene que abandonar el campo de juego y es sustituido por Hadley, que hizo un increíble partido por el cual casi terminan ganando en una remontada por parte de los Ravens. El marcador final a favor de los Browns, 24-22. Siguiente partido, los Cowboys que tranquilamente estaban ganando, después decidieron dejar de usar el acelerador. Y el partido terminó relativamente fácil en favor de los Cowboys, 27-20, aunque en realidad los Cowboys tuvieron en todo momento el liderato del marcador del partido, así que eso no iba a cambiar, y Cowboys volviendo a la ruta de la victoria. Siguiente partido, Titans. Bueno, se suponía que Titans iba a ganar. Esa era la lógica, pero durante mucho tiempo del partido los Titans estuvieron solamente 9 nada más.
Evolve your journey beyond in the first ever Tucson plug-in hybrid EV.
Sí, las 4 intercepciones en contra del Trevor Lawrence y los Jaguars y la mirada de toda la esperanza de que puedan remontar o por lo menos dar un poco de pelea. Y al final terminó Titans 20, Jaguars 0. En los partidos de la tarde, Broncos 36, Lions
these two
10.
teams.
Perdón,
Regular season wins, the Bears have the most in the history of the league, 781. Packers nipping at their heels with 778. The Bears have been the all-time leader in wins for 100 years. But the Packers are right there now, and at one point, with Brett Favre, back in 1992, and of course Rodgers, at one point, it was an 86-game lead over Green Bay 3 decades ago. Now it's 3, and that is dropped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And the lead is that's not what you want to do. Take a look at the Packers offense.
Aaron Rodgers, Duke Community College. Aaron Jones, El Paso, Texas. Devontae Adams, Fresno State. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Lakewood High School. Al Lazard, Iowa State. Mercedes Lewis, UCLA. Josh Neiman, Virginia Tech. John Runyon, Michigan. Lucas Patrick, Duke University. Royce Newman, Ole Miss. Billy Turner, North Dakota State.
In effect, Taylor just cost him 35 yards. If he lets it go and it bounds out of bounds, it comes out to the 40. Instead, trying to field it. Get back at the 5. That's where Rodgers starts his drive. First drive was a 3-and-out with a penalty thrown in. Looking for room to the outside.
Corrida por el lado derecho, por fuera, y es sacado del campo de juego. Primero y 10, 4-3 por jugar.
One thing the Green Bay Packers love doing is getting this bounce out and forcing your cornerbacks, in this case Artie Burns, to have to make those tackles. At the very least, Artie Burns has to contain that thing. He went down inside and paid a heavy price, so it's a big mistake on the kick. Not quite as big now.
Jones missed the game a couple of weeks ago with a knee injury.
Otra vez con pistola, corrida por el lado derecho, por el mismo lado, pero esta vez sin ganancia.
A lot of wiggling,
sin ganancia.
resulting in a 1-yard gain.
A pesar de que se intentó hacer ajustes en la jugada.
Well, let's take a look at how you do that right. And here comes Roquan Smith right there, number 58. You'll see him, and when it starts to get to the edge, what does he do? He bounces way outside, forces it back into all his other guys. His partner, Alec Ogletree, ends up making the tackle.
Esta vez no hubo sorpresas para Chicago Bears. Segundo 9.
From the 21 now.
Segundo 9 y se pone interesante. Si logran frenarnos, sin yardas ganadas en este drive, tranquilamente van a... ¡Y eso! Muy bien. Número 98 de los Chicago Bears acaba de hacerle un sack a Aaron Rodgers. Segundo sack de la noche para Aaron Rodgers y la defensa está teniendo problemas. Ahí está la repetición.
Watch this around the edge. He has just
Quinn
had a
con la
phenomenal season this year and just keeps producing. And in part, he was helped by Jalen Johnson down the field. You're going to see matched up all night long tonight on Devontae Adams. When that wasn't there, it gave Quinn additional opportunity.
A.J. Dillon is now the back on 3rd and 16. Rodgers
largo. No puede ser.
Alan Lazard. And how often do you see that? Normally it's to Devontae Adams. 3rd and 18. Receives it downfield. Lazard there this time for the 31 yards.
Nada que hacer. Por este tipo de jugadas,
has to be deep with this offense. You got to know they're going to come across the field. He has that deep third on that side. Almost had the interception, but Rodgers, as he so often does, able to drop it in just over the top and then underneath the fence.
6'5" Lazard leaping for it.
Formación pistola.
Dillon stays in the game. Back out of Boston.
Por el centro y pues nada.
Give a couple right.
Cero ganancias.
Got a nice two-headed rushing attack with Jones and Dillon, who is 6 feet and 247.
My favorite A.J. Dillon story is when he was in Pop Warner football, they had a weight limit of 90 pounds, and he was already at 100 pounds, so he couldn't play running back. So his coach put him in at tight end, and all they did was run tight end reverses all the time.
Final minute of the first quarter, second down.
Fumble recuperado y pérdida de 2 yardas. Aquí quiero ver la cara de Aaron Rodgers, porque este tipo de jugadas realmente le fastidian. Y en el anterior partido, eso me pareció bastante de bastante mal gusto de parte de Aaron Rodgers, porque en realidad él tiró más de un balón que básicamente no era atrapable. Y justamente por no ser atrapable, perdían y terminaban pases completos. Y Aaron Rodgers, la cara era de ¿cómo es posible que no haya agarrado su sitio? Es un pase perfecto.
Practice, but inactive tonight. 3rd down and 10.
Ahora estamos en tercer y 10. 16 segundos por jugar. Defenders en la parte izquierda de Green Bay. Rodgers escapando por su vida. Pase directamente a la línea de scrimmage sin ganancia. Llegamos al cuarto down. Y Aaron Rodgers acaba de perder el zapato. Tercer drive y Aaron Rodgers 0. Hermoso. Seguimos con los resultados de esta jornada. El último fue Broncos 38, Lions 10. Chargers haciéndose cargo del partido frente a los Giants, ganando por 37-21. Este partido estuvo bastante interesante y se fue a tiempo extra. En el periodo regular del partido terminaron 23-23. El gatito hace miau, hizo un frente bastante bueno a los 49ers, pero los 49ers terminaron ganando en tiempo extra 26-23. Un partido bastante intenso. Primero de los 2 partidos que se fueron a tiempo extra. Y el otro partido que se fue a tiempo extra justamente fue de los Bucaneros contra los Bills. Los Bills que venían de perder contra los Pats en un partido que fue la polémica de la semana, porque Mac Jones solo hizo 3 pases para 17 yardas, si no me equivoco.
Excuse me, is that a plug-in? Sante has a plug in it. How does that work exactly, you wonder?
Is that a voice?
Well, it works just like a Santa Fe, except It has both electric and gas. Sometimes you don't need the gas at all.
So how's the power?
Oh, yeah, plenty of power, especially off the line.
Are you done?
Yep, Well, no, one more thing.
Okay.
Evolve your journey in the first ever Santa Fe plug-in hybrid.
El juego estaba bien planteado, bien estructurado, excelente y perfectamente ejecutado. Y se dedicaron a correr el balón, anotar, correr, anotar. Y bueno, los Bills perdieron en su casa categóricamente. Y Bill Belichick y el imperio de Evil Empire is back. Entonces, los Bills venían con esa derrota, buscando obviamente ganarle a los Bucaneros y les plantaron un muy buen partido que terminó empatado en el tiempo regular el partido justamente, pero en tiempo extra nada que hacer. Tom Brady para un touchdown y el partido terminó 33-27. Pues bueno, ahora estamos con Packers Bears, mañana estaremos con Cardinals Rams.
Right across the street from the stadium, Titletown. We were thinking about going down that slide the other night, but it wasn't open.
Going next time. Getting our cell phones out, we're going to slide down, we're going to make us YouTube videos, we're going to
bring in a physical therapist. Like Usher Stallsburg and Catherine Tappan, we start the second quarter with a punt by Green Bay.
Y en sus dos primeros drives estuvo a punto de anotar los dos touchdowns, pero la suerte no les acompañó.
So Fields picked in the
first
round.
Porque el
Justin Fields,
se cayó.
Georgia kid at Harrison High School, two-sport star, football and baseball. Heisman finalist, started his career at the University of Georgia, wound up, of course, at Ohio State. Two-time Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, 11th quarterback selected by the Bears in the first round in team history. We go back, Jim Harbaugh was the number one pick at one point. Rex Grossman, Dick Trubisky, Cade McNown, number one pick.
There you go. Aaron Rodgers couldn't name them all, though, could he?
No. From the 11-yard line. Fields rolling, and he'll take it for a gain of 9. So he was the fourth quarterback picked, and they had to trade up because they had the 20th pick, and they traded with the Giants to go 11th, gave up their first-round draft choice. They've put so many eggs in quarterbacks' baskets through the years. Will this finally be the one?
He has everything they need to play quarterback in Chicago. He can throw it, he can throw it deep, he's big, he's strong, he can run. He can be the guy, he's not that guy yet. But all the physical, all the mental, all the emotional tools are there. You just have to see if he can do it.
Second and 2. Justin Fields takes it to the 24.
All right, Justin Fields. Here's the guy that absolutely can do everything. Let's watch that release. He does drop down a little three-quarters there, has a little loop in there, so the release time a little slower than the fastest of the fast in the National Football League, which usually is down around 0.30. See a little loop in that motion, but man, he does a lot more right than he does wrong, believe me. And the excitement that happened in Chicago when he was drafted, have you ever seen anything quite like that when somebody wasn't the first overall pick in the draft?
Ryan Pace, you see, we're showing him on the right side of the screen, the GM who made that choice. Over the middle and
Well, Jimmy Graham has played with future Hall of Fame quarterbacks Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers. So I asked him if Justin Fields shares any traits with those three. He said Justin shares a lot of similarities with Russell Wilson. Big arm, the ability to really extend a play, and the ability to throw on the run and make a big play with their legs. He said if you look back at Russell when he was young and you look at Justin now, they are very similar players, Al.
En parte con Aaron Rodgers,
certainly hope down the line, and that comes to fruition. Second down and 7.
Una comparativa más justa para Justin Fields es compararlo con Russell Wilson. Creo que él es una mejor comparativa porque en realidad lo basamos en un cañón por brazo, pero esa habilidad de correr.
A little read option, you know what that's all about. Just read this guy out here on the end of the line of scrimmage, and this time he sort of stays put. So, yeah, why not? Let's hand it off to Williams, go the other direction. So, a lot of college football showing up in the National Football League right now, and I say good. I like watching all the diversity of offenses and these great skilled quarterbacks going to work.
The new paradigm.
De los Chicago Bears, por el momento ganando yardas, avanzando, que es lo más importante, y llegando por 10. Justin Fields con tiempo, balazo al centro y es passing completo. Buena cobertura de Douglas, 29 de Green Bay. Para el primer passing completo de Justin Fields.
Pass interference. Defense number 29. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
Those rooting for Chicago.
Automático primero y 10 por una falta de Douglas.
Let's take a look at whether or not the contact did happen early. There was definitely something that happened. I couldn't tell if it was a slip or the pushing the bag from Douglas that created it. That doesn't really matter at this point. I'll tell you what, Rasul Douglas, not a good play there, but he has been one fantastic addition to this secondary. Helped turn this defense around.
Them up in the offseason from the Arizona Cardinals.
Jugada de engaño, pase corto, jugada por el medio, ganancia de 5 yardas fácil. Bien, al estilo de Patrick Mahomes, con un pasecito corto por el centro.
This is a little Rick Barry shot here, isn't it? They got the little two-handed underhand. I don't think I've ever seen a shovel pass two-handed before. There you go. Bring a little something new. Go on with it, Justin.
Chiquito pero efectivo. Y bueno, el avance por el centro para esa ganancia.
A little twist to the shovel pass. Made popular.
Pues bueno, Chicago Bears avanzando, segundo y 4 justamente. El avance de 6 yardas, ahí va. Logrando el primero y 10. Logrando 10, 20, 30 yardas. Se va. Touchdown. Buenísimo. Touchdown de los Chicago Bears en una carrera increíble por el lado izquierdo del campo de juego. Increíble carrera. Y es lo que les decía, la rapidez de las jugadas, el juego terrestre, están haciendo media en Green Bay. Ahí pueden ver. Pase, carrera, buena cobertura, buena defensa por el medio de los jugadores, por el borde, rompiendo una tacleada y llegando hasta la zona roja de Green Bay. Chicago Bears se pone adelante 9-0, 11-9 por jugar en el segundo cuarto. Y pues bueno, se viene el punto extra y es bueno. 10-0 en favor de los Chicago Bears. Increíble. Creo que nadie se lo olvida esto. 11-9 en favor de los Chicago Bears. Increíble.
My sleep number 360 smart bed tracks my circadian rhythm, average heart rate, and breathing rate. So I know how well I'm sleeping. It's also temperature balancing, so I stay cool. And it senses my movement and automatically adjusts to help keep me comfortable all night. Sleep number takes care of the science, so I can focus on other things.
La primera, una corrida casi de 20 yardas, la segunda, un pase de casi 30 yardas para llegar a, no al primer gol, pero sí a una zona de peligro para el gol del campo, que lastimosamente no fructiferó porque perdieron. Y la siguiente de los siguientes dos drives, en realidad, frenando a Green Bay de manera categórica y logrando finalmente el 3-0. Ahí en medio vino la corrida de los drive, en este caso de Green Bay, que otra vez fueron frenados. Entonces, y ahí ya fueron 2 sacks. Y por último viene este drive bastante sólido, y lo que hizo más media fue esta última jugada donde marcan el primer gol, en realidad después de esa interferencia de pase. Entonces, bueno, en contra de Green Bay Packers, ¿no? Entonces, esa fue la jugada categórica para que este drive termine con un touchdown de los Chicago Bears y por el momento estén 10-0.
Let's go to Diane.
Can you tell us what's happening?
Creo que
I got the awesome new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods and T-Mobile's paying for them both. And I get a free year of Apple TV Plus. And this is for new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers like me.
A ver, terminó el primer cuarto con 3-0 en favor de los Chicago Bears y en el segundo cuarto 7 puntos más para el 10-0 en su momento. Aaron Rodgers 4 de 4 para 44 yardas. En cambio, Justin Fields 5-9, 82 yardas, un touchdown. Y algo para resaltar, Aaron Rodgers está de 4-4, pero esas 44 yardas
Tuesday, you can check out the older NBC original comedy, Grand Crew. 6 friends living their best lives. Grand Crew, special preview Tuesday on NBC and the next day on Peacock. Cruising down the Fox River, Green Bay, where we had a big snowstorm on Friday night, cleared up yesterday. Nice night tonight, 38 degrees, clear skies, light wind. And Green Bay already down 10-0. Take over at the 25. So most quarterback starts at one venue in the history of the NFL. Tom Brady 135 at Gillette, Roethlisberger 121 at Hines, Favre 119 here, Elway 118 at Mile High, Breeze in the Superdome 115, and 100 starts now at this venue for Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown passes. Of course, Aaron's still rolling along as is Mr. Brady and Roethlisberger leading a nice comeback the other night. They fell just short. From the 25-yard line, Rodgers rolling by flips it away. So to this point, that Chicago secondary doing an outstanding job tonight.
One of the keys so far has been the ability to this point of Jalen Johnson to stay with Devontae Adams. Now they went zone on that particular play, but there aren't many cornerbacks in the league that sign on to play Devontae Adams everywhere. Now some will do it outside, but most of the great corners say no thank you when they get down in the slot. But not Jalen Johnson. He said, I'll take him wherever he goes.
Adams yet to catch a pass tonight. Second and 10.
Buena cobertura, pase al centro y ganancia de 7 yardas más o menos.
Marquez Valdez Scantling, tackled by DeAndre Houston Carson.
I tell you, the other thing I'm still keeping my eye on just a bit is Devontae Adams and just how healthy is he? He was out of a lot of practice this week, limited in practice with a hamstring. And I have seen it done before where a superstar player says, all right, listen, let's put you out there. Even if you're not 100%, you'll draw their best coverage anyway, and we'll work away. And so far, not much action to Adams.
Third in the league in receiving yards, over 1,000. Catches made, of course, the minute you say it.
Corrida, ganancia de yardas.
So Adams makes his first
Davante Adams, primera recepción, primer avance con ganancia de yardas para el primero 10.
Yeah, this is the old, let's make some traffic here with the inside receiver and set it up. This was
corriendo y después recortando hacia el centro. En una semi-diagonal o una ganancia mínima de yardas.
You know what I mean? But not, I've just seen him be so explosive looking with the ball.
Davante Adams está haciendo hasta cierto punto un lado. Y eso puede ser un gran problema. Pero no se olviden que todavía está Aaron Jones. Eso es bastante peligroso. Si no está Davante Adams, está Aaron Jones, y eso se puede poner complicado para Chicago Bears.
Adams, I mean, how valuable is he? 116 targets is the most by 66 on the team. Receptions most by 43 yards, most by 720. So he's having a fabulous year, another fabulous year. And you see how valuable it is. I mean, he's so much ahead of everybody else
Over 100 yards the last 2 games. You just always have to keep an eye on a guy when they say the word hamstring. That is a major fear factor for a wide receiver in this league.
Back in the game now after taking 1 play off.
Ganancia de primero y 10. Buen pase. Buen pase. Buena jugada. Buen pase de Aaron Rodgers, buena jugada de engaño. Todo el mundo pensando que van a ir con Davante Adams.
Reverse action. That time it's Davante Adams with the pick for his pal coming out wide. Just going to go down and he's going to get Roquan Smith. Thank you very much. I'll take that. That'll look good on my bonus check at the end of the year.
Al número 81.
Guevara is becoming a little bit of a replacement now, not completely, but a little bit for Robert Tonyan.
Right, Tonyan gone for the season several weeks ago from the 25-yard line. This drive started back at their own 25, and stoppage here.
Timeout. Green Bay.
Green Bay takes a timeout back after this from AWS, 30 seconds.
Bueno. 8 minutos con 9 segundos por jugar. Tiempo fuera.
I just want an
Pedido por
AWS stat
Green Bay. Es muy prematuro. Es muy prematuro decir que Green Bay está perdiendo el partido y que en realidad los Cowboys están ganando o están controlando el partido. O sea, es bastante prematuro. Pero los Chicago Bears están
8 minutes 9 seconds in the opening half remaining at Lambeau Field. The Chicago Bears, big underdogs tonight, but on top 10-0. Green Bay, though, driving right now. This drive starts at their own 25. They're at the Chicago 25-yard line right now. After taking the timeout, 1 run, 4 passes on this drive. Fields on the Chicago bench looking on as Rodgers calls the signals on first down. And a toss to Jones. It's a nice block.
Carrera de Green Bay para otro primero y 10 ya en zona roja de Chicago. 7:59 por jugar y esto
Let's give a little love to Equanimeous St. Brown as well. He's going to peel out and get the hard part, that big defensive end outside linebacker. And then indeed it was the Guara with a big shot on the outside. And remember, those cornerbacks can no longer go low, and neither can the blockers. So we are seeing a lot of defensive backs take hits they ordinarily don't.
Carrera por el centro, jugada de engaño y es jugada de engaño. Todo el mundo creyó que iban a correr por el centro y sí, realmente parecía que iban a correr por el centro, pero no era una jugada de engaño en realidad. Bien ejecutada. Una jugada muy bien ejecutada. Hay Jones corriendo, en teoría con el balón, pero Aaron Rodgers corriendo muy bien el balón.
Mercedes
No hay nada que
Lewis,
hacer
and that's just
punto
that's
de
loud
su
carrera
carrera.
kind of stuff right there.
That's a clinic.
Mucha experiencia en lo que se refiere
First and goal.
For all that stuff that Peyton Manning used to study his own tape of handoffs and fakes, and these guys just take it to
crear
heart.
ese tipo
Can't do any better than that.
de confusión en la defensa y lograr
Smack
casi
in the middle is Dylan Roquan Smith, leading Chicago in tackles by a mile right there with another.
Man, what a shot that was.
And
that's not Daphne.
Watch the
moment.
Watch the run through right here as the guard pulls. Roquan Smith said, "I'll take that hole right there," and just blew it up. And that is a large man, 250 pounds worth of A.J. Dillon that he just took to the ground.
With the biggest thighs you've ever seen, right? One thigh is what? Quadzilla, and then the quad father.
And the quad, I like the quad father, I'll be honest. I like that.
Second down and goal, 6.5 to go in the half. Good look at the quads.
Shotgun. Hombre en movimiento.
Rogers.
Tiempo, pase y fuera. Pase para Davante Adams, pero muy después del segundo gol pasamos al tercer gol.
Let's give credit to Jalen Johnson again. I think that was him that's going to come on this crosser and just really undercut the route. Would have been a chance and forced Aaron Rodgers to throw it high and away.
Cuenta que el defensivo de Chicago Bears estaba delante del jugador, en este caso de Davante Adams, podía haber sido fácilmente intercepción. Tercer gol.
Oh, he exposed him. He knows what he's doing.
Movimiento. Pase flotadito y touchdown.
Up at the very end. Valdez-Scantling.
Touchdown de Valdez-Scantling.
It's fourth down.
No.
Yeah, good for Eddie Jackson. He's a guy that, man, exploded on the scene, and that's exactly how you play that ball. Guy goes up to catch it, you put your hand right between the two arms and shove it up right through his face mask. And when he goes to pull the ball back in, it just shoots out.
So from the two, they line up to go for it on fourth down and goal.
Se la van a jugar el cuarto gol. Jugada, no sé, tal vez aquí puede estar el partido.
Rodgers flanked by Jones.
Muy pronto para decirlo, pero bueno, vale ese
Rodgers.
Pase.
Alan Lazard.
Bendición. Touchdown Green Bay. Bueno, cuando Green Bay llega a zona roja creo que, no voy a decir que imposible, pero es bastante difícil que te pierdan.
Some kind of a blown coverage because you don't play outside unless you have help to the inside, and these linebackers are blitzing. I don't know what the miscommunication was there for Crawford, but you just would never play that like that.
Left him wide open. Extra point by Crosby is good. 6:02 left in the hand. Aaron Rodgers to Alan Lazard. 10-7.
Segundo periodo, 10-7 en favor de los Chicago Bears y veremos. Ahora bueno, lo que decía hace un momento, es lindo soñar. Creo que todo el mundo sueña con ganarle a Green Bay en su peor si es en Lambeau. Y en esos tiempos peor si es Aaron Rodgers. Pero bueno, es difícil lograr ese tipo de resultados. Por ahí está, yo creo que Chicago Bears muy la defensa está muy bien, excepción de su último drive, pero todavía se puede. Yo creo que sí pueden, porque Justin Fields, si se pone las pilas, seguramente la defensiva sigue así, presionando, y esa es una de las claves. En el análisis que se hace de los partidos antes justamente del partido, una de las claves para que
This season is too big for just red and green. It's the holidays, and we're bringing all of the colors.
Era que tenían que presionar.
This is lit. What's up, snow people? All of the color, all of the
es
gifts.
implacable.
Happy holidays from
O sea, no
Old
hay nada
Navy.
que hacer. Aaron Rodgers con el tiempo es un sniper. O sea, no hay nada que hacer. Y eso es justamente donde tiene que jugar más fuerte. Presionar, es lo que han estado haciendo. Ya en la primera mitad.
Thanks for coming. Now, when it comes to a financial plan, this broker is your man. Let's open your binders to page 188.
Carl,
are there different planning options in here?
Options?
Plans we can build on our own or with help from a financial consultant, like Schwab does.
We adjust our plan? Yeah, like if we buy a new house.
And our son just started working.
Do you offer a complimentary retirement plan?
As in free? Just like Schwab.
Look forward to planning with Schwab.
Bueno, salgan adelante.
Let's look back at week 6, brought to you by Walmart Plus.
No regrets for saying what I said, and obviously I think the record kind of speaks for itself. But I get it. At some point, that will be used against me. It is what it is. I don't regret saying it at all.
Well, he has owned the Chicago Bears. He's 21-5 against Chicago. Nice run back. A little Herbert. Still on his feet. Taken down up at the 40-yard line. So you walk in the walk, and he can do that for sure. Against the Bears, 21-5 in the regular season.
I still own you. I own you.
58 touchdown passes. Third most for one team among active quarterbacks against another. Passer rating phenomenal in the last 3 games.
You know what the worst part of what Aaron Rodgers said in that game was? It was all true. No, that's the hard part. If you're a competitor, if you're on the Chicago Bears, you can't say anything until you beat that guy.
Here goes Montgomery to the outside. And it was provoked by some gestures, shall we call them, from some fans in the stands.
Single salutes, yeah.
Double salute.
Yeah, that's right. And he doesn't care. I mean, have you seen the guy, and in particular this year, be more honest about everything he could? You may not agree with everything he says, but we have heard from the beginning of this entire season exactly what he thinks about everything.
Segundo cuarto, 5:16 por jugar. Justin Fields con tiempo. Justin Fields corriendo por su vida y lanzando para pase incompleto. Eso estuvo cerca. Colapsó la protección.
Yeah, he came close. He had a lot of different things going on this year for sure. A golf match with Tom Brady, the holdout, a lot of different things. But
the COVID issue?
Yeah, he's going to tell you what he thinks about everything. His toe even stuck his foot on the table to show you the toe.
All those 12s in the stands. It was number 4. 3rd and 4.
No creo que corre los pasos para adelantar si yo soy una más rápida y exactamente eso miércoles no puede ser. No puede ser, maldita sea. Big Six. Big Six.
Back-to-back games with pick sixes. Where in the heck did Rasul Douglas come from? He is just sitting in his own defense. He's looking back at Fields, and it just beats him to the football. Oh my goodness. That is the one thing that when you play against Aaron Rodgers, you better not do. Rodgers does not turn it over. If you turn it over, it's a hard day's night.
Douglas plucked off the Arizona Cardinal practice squad in early October. Has given Green Bay the lead. Crosby tacks on the point after. And with a tick under 5 minutes to go in the half, Green Bay on top. 14-10.
Eso es jugar. Así es. Así es como los sueños se dan. Así es como los sueños se rompen en el Lambo.
All right, everybody, stand up straight.
Y
Okay,
es
now let me flip it.
difícil. Bien difícil jugar en el Lambo. ¿Qué les puedo decir? A ver, fríamente. Los Chicago Bears comenzaron bien.
Who has live TV?
No se ha perdido nada. Este es el momento
Hulu has live sports?
preciso. El momento preciso, el perfecto.
Hulu has live news? That is correct. And Hulu also
Solo
has...
son 4 puntos, nada más. No tiene que perder
It also
la
has over
concentración,
75
tiene
live
que
channels.
seguir presionando, y lograr que esa bolsa
Flip like
de
cable,
de Aaron
stream like
Rodgers
Hulu.
colapse,
Time to have Hulu,
que
let's
Aaron
live TV.
Rodgers no tenga tiempo de pensar, que Aaron Rodgers le hagan sack cada vez por bases incompletas.
Hey, Robert! You've been up there all night?
Keep
watch. You need Simply Safe's new wireless outdoor security camera. It works with Simply Safe's already award-winning home security for even more comprehensive protection.
Aún más.
What?
Hey, Shirley! What?
Green Bay ya
The new wireless outdoor security camera is here, only from Simply Safe.
Hey, USAA, it's Gronk again, and I'm here with my man Frank. Frank, say hi. Hi. Frank was in the Army, and he's been enjoying that award-winning USAA service for like 10 years. Anyway, he's in. And Frank, don't you love me, man?
Sure, Gronk.
And don't you think I deserve a USAA membership?
Did you serve? Are your parents members?
No.
Then no. I love that. It's for the military community.
Frank, that's not the line.
USAA. It's still only for the military community.
Now I'll turn you over to our new CEO. Let's sell the crap out of this car.
The first fully autonomous vehicle.
Is it safe?
Ish. American Auto special preview Monday on NBC.
It's considered the league's most prestigious honor. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes players whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game. The Bears nominee, Jimmy Graham. The Packers nominee, Aaron Jones. To learn more, check out NFL.com/Man of the Year. That kickoff will go out of bounds, and this time it'll come out to the 40-yard line. We'll go to Catherine Tappan.
Well, Al, for Jimmy Graham, the nomination recognizes his work using his own restored Army helicopters to give veterans and children impactful experiences through flight. He told me, I share moments that I can't even describe to you because of the full-on emotions they bring. Aaron Jones's work with kids reflects the influence of his mother and late father. He told me, this honor means everything to me. It's a testament to my family. When you're blessed, you bless others.
Two great guys, gotten to know both of them pretty well through the years, and so well deserved. Chicago from the 40-yard line. Start on the ground, very short gain, and then it is Devondre Campbell having a heck of a year, pushing Montgomery all the way back, and we go back to the pick six.
In the opening on camera, I talked about it's not Ohio State anymore. You cannot stare down receivers in this league, and you can see Fields looking all the way out to Darnell Mooney, and guess who else saw it? Rasul Douglas, who he keeps rolling like this. He could end up in the Ring of Honor around here. What a stretch of football he's on right now.
He just did something to put his name alongside Herb Adderley. Second down and 10.
Justin Fields to Campbell.
To the outside. That pass is brought here by Jimmy Graham. Last guy with back-to-back pick sixes in back-to-back games for the Packers. Adderley back in 1965, and Herb's in the Hall of Fame.
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He was amazing, but when you think about what Rasul Douglas has done, he was cut by the Raiders and the Texans. He was on Arizona's practice squad, and they signed him off the practice squad. Then what did he do? He ends up getting the game-saving interception in that game in the last 15 seconds against his whole team. He has been on a remarkable run this year.
Can't think of a better pickup in mid-season. In the entire league, third down and 4. Fields under pressure, throws, caught.
Corrida, se va. Yarda 10, 5. Eso. Buenísima corrida. Buen pase de Justin Fields. Touchdown, Chicago Bears.
He was lined up in the backfield, so the wide receiver comes out of the halfback position and ends up getting the matchup that they want on the linebacker in Henry Black. Watch him come out right here. One-on-one. We see that option route all the time. Very difficult to try to win, and especially when you have the respect of Bird.
Carlos Santos for the point after. You had a 53-yard interception return and a 54-yard touchdown pass.
Bueno. Entonces
vamos. In a very exciting second quarter. Chicago back up on top, 17 to 14.
Qué increíble jugada. Justin Fields respondiendo a Aaron Rodgers de una manera increíble. Buenísima esa jugada. Buenísima esa jugada. Realmente me encantó esa jugada. Y es lo que les decía hace un momento. O sea, estos son los partidos en donde realmente Chicago Bears, Justin Fields se tiene que poner el equipo al hombro general y salir adelante. Y es justamente ese tipo de jugadores, los cuales perduran en el tiempo, juegan cuando mejor tienen que jugar. Y Justin Fields lo acaba de demostrar, hizo 2 buenas jugadas, un pase perfecto en medio de 2 defensivos de Green Bay para que la carrera sea hasta la zona de anotación de Green Bay.
Little did Ali know that buying a loaf of bread online would lead him to discover baking? Wherever your passion takes you, pay online with confidence. Visa, a network working for everyone.
Take a moment to pause and ask, why did you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia?
I help others, but I need to help protect myself.
Honestly, I couldn't afford to get sick.
I want to be there for this one. I can't if I'm sick.
Pneumococcal pneumonia is a potentially serious bacterial lung disease. You may be at risk if you're 19 to 64 with certain chronic conditions, or if you're 65 or older. Don't pause a moment longer. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia today.
The Hammersteins are saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now they're free to become the Handbell Hammersteins. Just pure artistry.
How do I know that you're not a weirdo?
I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. Baby, there's nothing holding me back.
I knew you were a weirdo.
Scene 2, rated PG.
Another guy in the crosshairs has been Bill Lazor, the offensive coordinator, because of the paucity of points scored by the Bears this season. But look at this, 30th in the league, but tonight 17 already, 16.8 to this point in the year, and a couple of big-time plays, beautifully designed to put Chicago back on top again. Amari Rodgers back out to the 24-yard line. Back to go to the touchdown.
You hit on it. Bill Lazor this entire half has just been so creative. Watch him coming out. It's just going to be a one-on-one route, but once you get the speed of Bird going up the middle of the field, that's where big things tend to happen. And for Justin Fields, he came right back after that terrible play. And when you think about it now, he has thrown touchdown passes of at least 45 yards in 3 straight series now, 2 to his team and 1 to the other, but he's hot.
Being congratulated by Nick Foles, who is active tonight because Andy Dalton got hurt making the tackle last week, and he is inactive. Rodgers to the sideline, turning around, and Adams can make the grab. Jalen Johnson is there. The crowd is booing because there is no laundry on the field.
You ever see one of your kids when you know you got caught doing something? Jalen Johnson, at the end of this play, put his hands behind his back as if to say, no, I didn't do it, but watch this. Is there sort of an equal push? I think that's a good no call right there. Watch Jalen Johnson put the hands behind the back. No, I didn't.
Toquecito, es la mano en el pecho. Nada más.
It's a good battle going on out there between them.
Sin penalización. Y estas jugadas me encantan porque en estas jugadas Aaron Rodgers se fastidia. Si él cree que es falta, se tiene que cobrar la falta y así tiene que hacerlo porque él quiere. Y ahí es donde me encanta ver su cara de fastidio. Pero a ver, veamos realmente cómo se logrando el primer 10, me parece que hasta la yarda 20.
Watch Quinn go the inside route, and Aaron barely is going to escape. Shuffle step to the back, to the outside, and then finds his receiver open down the field. That is some quarterback play right there.
Sí tuvo destino en esta oportunidad. Esa presión se
Injury timeout back after this.
Chicago Bears tienen que presionar más todavía. Así no le dan tiempo a pensar a Aaron Rodgers y pasan este tipo de cosas en donde se escapa por milímetros en realidad. Ahora lo que decíamos, ¿no? O sea, los Chicago Bears han tenido partidos, no partidos buenos, han tenido partidos de regular para dar equivoco, los últimos 3 partidos han jugado con Andy Dalton. Y Andy Dalton, mal que bien, ha sacado caras donde ha podido por el equipo, pero los resultados no le han acompañado. Prueba clara, el partido anterior, que bueno, obviamente fue el regreso de Kyle Murray. Y obviamente tenemos que acabar así.
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash Skincare Super Ingredient Collagen.
Y antes de eso,
Olay
en un
Body
partido
Wash hydrates
totalmente
to boost
ganable,
and 3 times
justamente
better
acabó
from
como
dry
tuvo que acabar,
to firm
ganando
and
los Bears,
radiant.
pero por
With Olay
ganancia
Body,
mínima.
I feel
Y
fearless
antes
in
de
my
eso,
skin.
contra los
As a professional bull
Ravens,
rider, I'm
en
used
un
to
partido
taking
que
chances.
tal vez
But when it
podrían
comes to
haber
my
ganado,
insurance,
tal
I
vez
don't.
podrían haber ganado,
I use
pero
Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance, so you
son
only pay for
partidos
what
que
you
van,
need.
no quiero decir de regular para abajo, pero de regular y ahí más. Entonces, bueno, hay que ver realmente cómo se pinta la segunda mitad. Por lo pronto es un partido de ida y vuelta bastante bueno, bastante divertido, la verdad. Está pasando súper bien ahorita. Y eso tiene muchas más.
You've got plans. It's a Saturday doubleheader only on NFL Network. First, let's head into the land to watch the Raiders battle the Browns.
Para el segundo partido de
Then it's off to Indy for a showdown between the Patriots and the Colts. An extra day of football means big plans. NFL Saturday, only on NFL Network.
Que siga la presión.
Now I'll turn you over to our new
Siga la
CEO.
presión.
Let's sell the crap out of this car.
First fully autonomous vehicle.
Is it safe?
Los Green Bay tampoco han tenido partidos
American Auto special preview Monday on NBC.
De manera personal,
Billy Turner, the injured Packer, you can see how frustrated he is. As he goes to the medical tent, the right tackle comes out of the game, and this will be the first snap he misses all season. Here's what happened to him.
You're going to see off the backside again. It's Robert Quinn. It's going to miss the sack and go right into the knee there of Billy Turner. And this offensive line now is an absolute mess for the Green Bay Packers. They basically have 4 backups and a rookie in there up front right now.
Dennis Kelly, at least he's a veteran with 9 years experience. He comes in at right tackle. Valdez Scanlon makes the catch along the sideline. Picks up 6 yards to make a 2nd and 4 with 2.5 to go in the half.
Yeah, Dennis Kelly did start for the Titans, all 16 at right tackle last year, so he has experience. Of course, got that job when Jack Conklin left to go to Cleveland. But no David Bakhtiari, no Elton Jenkins, and no Josh Myers at center. And now Billy Turner out at the right tackle position and Dennis Kelly in.
And somehow, some way, this team's been able to get to 9-3.
And think of 12 ways.
Yes, right. Final play before the Giants warning. And the sideline and incomplete. 1:58 to halftime. They're skating night in Green Bay. Good game.
It demands that you can do simple things with while managing chronic pain. It demands a better understanding of your glucose levels so you can enjoy moving, and that your heart stays connected to your doctor so you know it's beating as it should. At Abbott, we fight for these moments, developing life-changing technologies because dignity demands it.
Considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award presented by Nationwide recognizes NFL players for their excellence on and off the field. To further celebrate the nominees, fans can participate in Nationwide's charity challenge by posting on Twitter using hashtag WPMOY Challenge, followed by the nominee's last name now through January 17th. The top 3 nominees with the most hashtag votes will win an additional donation to his charity of choice, courtesy of Nationwide.
Nowadays, business can happen anywhere, anytime. With Verizon Business Unlimited plans, you can get 5G, truly unlimited data, and more hotspot data. So you can run a bakery from the Blue Line, cupcake, or collaborate with clients from the concourse. And to get your team geared up with the good stuff, book a one-on-one tech check with a business expert. Woo! Visit us in store or book an appointment to save time and money. Because every business deserves better. And with plans as low as $30, better costs less than you think. When I say better, you say business better.
Next question. Archie, is this your first meeting with Caesar and Cleopatra?
We met mine in 2007.
The helmet kit.
Actually, that was 2016. Miami was Peyton's first.
Also great, but not as great as the helmet catch. I would have given the numbers, probably. Who cares? We're all Caesars. Am I right? Even Cooper.
142 yardas, 2 touchdowns.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Nice. We're all Caesars. And America's also
Por el
Caesars.
momento, ambos quarterbacks.
My country invited me to die for it, and I SVP, yes, Queen.
Casi iguales en las yardas.
Who let the dog out?
Lindo partido. Lindo partido.
Coming up on the Toyota Halftime. Tampa Bay pulls out a thriller in overtime. And George Kittle's huge day helps the 49ers beat Cincinnati in overtime. Alan, Chris, see you at the half.
All right, Mike. Another crazy week.
That's happy birthday Eve to Mike Tirico.
There you go. One of your gifts galore?
I'm sure.
Okay. Third down and 4 from the 50-yard line for the Packers.
Muy buena cobertura, pase de banderas, pase incompleto.
The flag comes in. That's Jalen Johnson trying to cover Devontae Adams.
Intercepción de pase por parte de Johnson, tal vez.
And a 3rd and 4 will become a first down.
Pañuelo en el campo de juego, están deliberando.
Quiet night for Ron Torbert's group.
Good.
Yeah, we like that. We love that.
Parece que no hubo interferencia de pase.
Pass interference. Offense number 17.
Al revés. Cobrado al revés. Porque en realidad,
I was going to say it was sort of equal pushing and shoving there a little bit, and don't see it go that way very often, especially with a rock star wide receiver like Devontae Adams. Tell you what, you got to get Jalen Johnson some credit out here tonight.
Adams hasn't had an offensive pass interference call against him since 2019. Borges to send it down to Jakeem Grant, who's already been in the end zone tonight on that trick play. Backs up, fields from the 4, and he find room. Corre. Side he goes.
Yarda 20, yarda 30, yarda 40, yarda 50, yarda... No. Anotación. 20 yardas antes. Anotación de los Chicago Bears. Regreso de 96 yardas, si no estoy mal.
This is nuts.
Increíble regreso de los Chicago Bears. Increíble regreso. Ahí está. Parecía que lo iba a perder. Número 17. Y ahí parecía la jugada perdida porque venía todo el mundo de Green Bay. Pero no, hace el ajuste, vuelve y todo el mundo en Green Bay del otro lado. Y pues solo. Grant, número 17. Touchdown Bears.
He's 5'7", 172. Came from the Dolphins. They call him Mighty Mouse. He's been eating all the cheese in the building tonight.
And there is plenty of it here. His 4th punt return. And the double back, we see this fail so many times. He's going to start to his right, draw all the attention that way, and now if you can get back the other way, you end up with just the punter out there, and good night. The Chicago Bears do not want to be owned by Aaron Rodgers any longer.
Marquise Christian threw a nice block here. There he is. Takes care of Taylor, and that's twice tonight. He has skirted that left sideline for a long touchdown.
Wow. The Bears, we could barely get anything out of them about being fired up or excited because of what Aaron Rodgers said. None of that stuff. No, it's just football. Everybody talks trash.
Just joined us. Chicago had a 10-0 lead early. Green Bay, a couple of quick touchdowns to take a 14-10 lead.
Patada de despeje por parte de Chicago Bears.
Chicago back up on top by 10, and Rodgers will go to work with 92 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, there's a million reasons why the Bears are leading this game right now, but here's a big one right here. We are seeing Jalen Johnson willing to take on one of the best receivers in all of football, and has been for a long time. One-on-one, and at least so far, more than holding his own. Had a couple of close ones out there, but none all either time.
Adams has been held to one catch tonight, and
Solamente
then he had an offensive pass interference, setting up the punt.
Para 12 yardas, 0 touchdowns.
And the injured Bear is Charles Snowden, a rookie from Virginia, playing on special teams.
Hay hombre caído en este caso de los Chicago Bears.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Así que pausa por lesión, 30 segundos fuera. Y este juego está increíble realmente. Buenísimo el partido. Un saludo especial para George Waits, que dice: muy buena reacción, bro. No puedo verlo, pero con tu reacción y los replays me basta. Querido, que te guste, que te encante, todos los replays siempre los pongo. Aunque me desmoneticen el video no me importa, pero yo quiero llevarles toda la acción de la NFL. Y mañana no te olvides, estaremos con el partido de Monday Night Football con los Cowboys. Por lo pronto, el mejor equipo de la NFL. Veremos cómo se pinta hacia estos partidos van a definir quiénes avanzan en los playoffs. Así que un saludo grande y un abrazo gigante para George. George, espero que lo estés disfrutando y espero que estés disfrutando esta derrota providencial o momentánea.
Rodgers,
yo le estoy disfrutando
11-17 for 128 yards to this point.
Rodgers un pase para el primer
And
10.
picking up that first down there
Primer
is
10.
Guerra.
1:22 por jugar.
Makes his third catch of the night.
Tercera atrapada de la noche. Vamos a ver.
Green Bay, 2 timeouts.
Yarda 39. Territorio Packer. Rodgers con tiempo.
Rodgers throws.
Pase largo. Davante
Look
Adams
to get out of bounds, and he does after a short
después de la
gain.
recepción por una
So
mínima
second down
yarda
and 4,
de
pickup of 6 yards.
ganancia.
59 seconds now.
Nos vamos con el
Yeah, so far
segundo
the
y 3,
Bears
segundo y 4
perfectly
fácil.
happy to sit back in those zone
59
defenses, and
segundos
if Aaron
por jugar,
Rodgers
justamente segundo y
wants that,
4. Segundo
they
y
are
4.
willing to give it
Todavía
up.
Chicago
They are
24,
not
Green Bay
playing
14.
Jalen Johnson one-on-one with
59
Adams in
minutos
this
por
look.
jugar.
Guerra with 3 catches. Lazard with 3 catches tonight.
Veremos.
Adams with 2. Rodgers looking for the back-to-back because Green Bay's going to get the ball to start the second half. Second and 4.
Pase rápido, primero y 10, ganancia de 10, 10, 12 yardas después del primero y 10 fácil y logrando el primero y 10.
Down the
Buen
field,
pase,
go quickly.
no hay nada
First
que
down of
hacer.
the 38.
That play
Pasado
was there
Rodgers, no puede
because of all the
Cuando le da la
coverage
gana juega bien,
drawn
cuando no,
out to
la bota
Devontae
de
Adams on that
nada
one.
que hacer.
Left a hole in the middle
Primero y
of that
10,
defense.
51 por jugar.
Green Bay takes
Tiempo
its
fuera.
second timeout.
Tiempo fuera. Bueno. Ahí el reprise.
So there's Lazard in the slot, but with Devontae Adams playing out wide, you're going to see the ability of this defense really to set up some of those one-on-one looks on the outside. Safety back over the top, which is going to leave the space in the middle there for Lazard.
La ganancia, en este caso de yardas, para Green Bay. Davante Adams solo una recepción al momento. Muy bien
Packers trying to go to
por parte de Johnson.
10 and
Y
3.
acaban de mostrar a Matt
LaFleur, if he
LaFleur
wins tonight, his
ya
winning
no
percentage is
pidiendo el apoyo ni levantando los brazos ni nada, sino con una cara de esto está mal. Aaron Rodgers, el balón, bombazo, pase largo, Davante Adams, maldita sea, no puede ser. Touchdown Green Bay. Touchdown Green Bay, y justo hablando de lo mal que estaban jugando Davante Adams y
Well, a quiet first 20 minutes, but a noisy last few minutes for Davante Adams.
4 jugadas, 75 yardas avanzadas.
We're going to get the double move here on the outside by Davante Adams, but this time because Jalen Johnson was in man coverage with
muy buena separación, muy buena separación.
Away from the coverage to allow that double move to work easily.
38 yards. Well, it took
nada que hacer. 44 segundos por jugar, 24-21 en favor de Chicago Bears y el Davante Adams se presenta en el marcador por primera vez, segunda recepción de la noche. Pero vital.
11 straight games with a touchdown on Sunday Night Football. Longest streak since the pack started.
O sea, es Chicago.
Watch the outside receiver here draw that coverage to the middle
no lo puedes.
And then it was Eddie Jackson unable to get over the top
La idea es jugarle así, presionarlos. Si ellos anotan, yo también anoto. Si ellos corren, yo también corro. Si ellos pasan, yo también paso.
I mean, for the Chicago Bears, they played nearly a perfect half.
Hacerle frente
a you look at it and they're up 3.
Aaron Rodgers y a los
Packers. It's been a 42-point second quarter. He was for 21. So it's not over. Quarter's not over.
Chicago 24, Green Bay 21, partidazo.
I feel good about it.
Each team at 21 points. After the first quarter ended 3-0.
Hay regreso de nuevo, número 24, Chicago Bears por el centro, se va, no lo puedo creer, se va. Esta vez no, pero muy buen avance y parando el reloj de partido. Increíble desempeño de los equipos especiales, muy bueno, corriendo cuando tienen que correr, bloqueando cuando tienen que bloquear, muy buen trabajo de los equipos especiales. 37 segundos por jugar, primero y 10, Chicago al ataque. Entonces, a ver, estamos casi en la mitad del campo de juego. Hora de probar. ¿De qué estamos hechos? Con tiempo, pase completo, no puede ser. Juraba que era pase completo, pero creo que le rebotó el balón. 33 segundos por jugar, segundo y 10. A ver.
Matt next, he knows, and there
Crawford
is Crawford going off. So
it
becomes a war of attrition in the National Football League. They've already lost their starting slot corner in Duke Shelley, and that's the backup right there, Xavier Crawford.
He got beat on the
segundo 10, Justin Fields con el balón, 33 segundos por jugar. Yarda 42, territorio Bear. Tiempo, corriendo, pase, bien. Ganancia mínima, pero ganancia saliendo del campo de juego como se aspira, como se debe hacer en este tipo de situaciones. 28 segundos por jugar. Justin Fields, 8-15, 148 yardas, 2 touchdowns, una intercepción. 4 carreras para 20 yardas.
Quite a few strip sacks happen to him.
Chicago Bears, en la ofensiva del lado derecho, con 3 jugadores. Shotgun. Corriendo, Justin Fields corriendo. 40 hasta la 33, 34, 33, fácil, saliendo del campo de juego. Buenísimo. Y es lo que les decía al comienzo. La diferencia en este tipo de partidos, algo puede ser muy bueno, pero Justin Fields no juega nada mal. Y esto es las carreras que puede aportar Justin Fields. Buenísima lectura, corriendo por el centro, avanzando, y yo creo que fácil hubiera avanzado más si había alguien ahí para protegerlo. Y la cara de Aaron Rodgers, todo esa cara de... ¿Y ahora qué hacemos? Que estar sonriendo, sentadito, pasó a pararse y a poner cara de preocupación. Justin Fields corriendo, y ganancia de 5 yardas para salirse del campo de juego.
A
con
gain
10
of 3
segundos.
after all of that. Line of scrimmage will
Con
be
10 segundos
the
llegamos
29, so you're looking at about a 37-yard, 47-yard attempt for Cairo Santos. So he is warming up.
But you have to give Fields some credit there because his speed allowed him to turn the corner, and those extra 4 yards he just picked up, pretty significant on that field goal.
Bears calling a timeout. As we say, it's a nice night for kickers in Lambeau.
Segundo cuarto,
Couldn't have said that this weekend, but right now, wind at just about 3 miles an hour, and we go to Catherine.
Well, Al, Cairo Santos' pregame long was 53 yards in this direction. He would be good for 57 per SNF kicks.
Having a good year as well, so Cairo Santos,
que va a ser un gol de campo largo, en realidad si no consiguen avanzar.
8th in the league, 16 of 19 field goals this season.
Yeah, it's sort of like hitting a driver, though. Sometimes it's not about the length, it's about that straight stuff. That's what they need now. If they went in and got a field goal out of this drive, I think they would just feel fantastic about this first
estamos en el segundo y 6, no habría ninguna razón para no seguir avanzando. Yarda 30, 31 y medio, territorio Packer. Pase a la derecha para ganancia de 3-4 yardas. Vamos a estar con el tercero y 3. Tercero y 3, tercero y 4 máximo. 5 segundos por jugar. Y se viene. Sí, se viene el gol de campo. Los equipos especiales afuera. Cairo Santos. Goles de campo 1 y 1.
23 in the first quarter.
Ya veremos. Tercero y 4. En tercero y 4.
4-yard attempt. Patrick O'Donnell's going to pick a spot around the 34-yard line.
5 segundos, si los paran, ahí muere. Ese es el problema. Entonces, en tercero y 4 nos vamos con el gol de campo. Si no me equivoco, unas 40 yardas.
Patrick Scales to
44 yardas. 44 yardas para el intento de gol de campo. Santos.
And go figure, in a game that figured to be
todo Green Bay enloquecido.
Stoppage. Green Bay
Paró.
is going to take a timeout.
Green Bay. That's their third and
And we can tell you to help those
Matt LaFleur está con una cara.
Text Tornadoes to
Matt LaFleur está con una cara de no sé qué diablos hacer, cómo los paramos, a quién puedo poner para que atrape esa pelota y evitar el gol de campo. Me pareció sin sentido. Me pareció realmente sin sentido pedir ese tiempo fuera, porque en el peor de los casos solo van a
not like handouts, but it is time for us all to step up, and I'm certainly going to do my part in Holly. And I'll tell you, it's a devastating tornado. It's amazing what the pictures.
44-yard attempt coming here.
No hay viento fuerte en este caso, al menos no como la semana pasada en Buffalo. Y el gol de campo es bueno. Gol de campo bueno. Chicago Bears 27, Green Bay 21. Y es el final de la primera
parte. Mike, Tony, and Drew will tell you what's on that
partido. And Al, 45 points there in the last 11-10 of that second quarter. That was something. Bears fans got to be enjoying this.
Yeah, explosive plays on offense, but I'll tell you, second half, defensively, you can't have lapses against Aaron Rodgers.
It took a while, but Rodgers and Devontae Adams found the rhythm there. You expect to see a lot more of that in the second half. Before that, Toyota halftime, including highlights of Tampa's overtime win over Buffalo. Another damaging loss to the Bills. And Steve Kornacki is with us, going to tell us what it means for Buffalo's playoff chances. Toyota halftime coming up as you catch your breath.
Justin Fields. Me parecía
What
que
more
iban a
stats?
seguir
Hey Siri,
consistentes
who leads the
con
league in receiving yards?
Tuvo malas presentaciones, pero lastimosamente los resultados no lo acompañaron. Pero ahora apostaron por Justin Fields, que está llamado a ser el jugador de franquicia de Chicago por bastante tiempo. Entonces, pues bueno, empiezan y empiezan de una manera agresiva y pues con todo. Y claro, por ejemplo, que en los primeros 4 drives, los primeros 3 frenan a Green Bay de manera categórica. Y lo que les decía también, que fácil durante el primer cuarto podría haber estado ganando los Chicago Bears 14-0 fácil, pero lastimosamente todavía el equipo tiene que ganar, Justin Fields tiene que hacer algunos ajustes y bueno, pero ahí están. Esa presión que han hecho y esas jugadas en lo que se refiere a las carreras y el juego de correr más que de pasar, le ha redituado mucho a Chicago durante esta primera parte. Entonces, si han estado, como se dice en inglés, back to back, o de espalda a espalda, o de ida y vuelta en esta primera mitad, ha sido justamente por esa presión, por ese juego terrestre y por esas ganas que le está poniendo.
Wherever your journey takes you this winter,
increíble partido,
get away with our best deals of the season.
Muy buen partido.
Right now, get huge savings on the entire lineup of award-winning Hyundai vehicles at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. With new cars arriving just in time for the holidays, it's the perfect time to get a Hyundai. Now, choose 0% APR financing or sign and drive on our most popular models. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
With FanDuel Fantasy, you can make your dream team a reality again and again.
Y esa interpretación, justamente ese que yo te dije, ese es el punto claro,
with every
Chicago
all day long. And if you get your lineup just right, you can make big season-long wins without the season-long weapons. Make every small moment add up to one big moment with FanDuel Fantasy. New customers play free all season long. No deposit required. FanDuel, make every moment win.
Comedy is coming. It's the cure for the drearies with great holiday specials and the new series. Prepare yourself for laughs and applause and the new face of Christmas.
I prefer Santa Claus.
NBC Comedies return beginning Monday, December 13th.
Allison Rosati and Stephen Holt, weeknights at 10.
¿Qué puede pasar en la segunda parte? Para muchos equipos este tema del entretiempo es de vital importancia porque es donde se hacen ajustes, donde realmente muchos resultados se vuelcan completamente, pero en este caso no sé, me atrevería a decir que no va a haber. Por lo que yo veo, y es lo que les mencionaba en más de
like all the world, Aaron Rodgers and Packers are going to take the lead to the locker room and into the Bears' big plays. Chicago on top despite this Devontae Adams and Rodgers connection. 27-21.
Estaba pidiendo, alentando al público a que apoyen, griten y demás, pero en determinado punto y sobre todo después de esa vuelta de
He wasn't in the NFL this year, but he was with the Broncos on the field in Denver today, taking on the Detroit Lions. His memory honored outside the stadium before the game, inside on the big board. Constantly after plays were made, they referenced the 88 decal that was on the field. The Broncos won the game 38-10. Their last touchdown drive was 88. Best of the day. Vegas and Kansas City. Kansas City most points scored 3.
Yes, they got their offense going, but the defense set up a lot of those points. Kansas City's playing great right now.
They are on a roll. They won 6 in a row. Baltimore and Cleveland. Lamar Jackson injured on this play. Ankle injury didn't return. We'll find out more tests coming up during the week. But the defense of Cleveland, final word here.
Yeah, led by Myles Garrett in that pass rush. They were all over the Ravens today. And listen, this was a win that Cleveland really needed to stay in the playoff.
Yeah, Baltimore's second straight division loss. Cleveland helps tighten that division. Cincinnati lost as well. San Francisco and Tony Romo for the last 5.
Yeah, Cincinnati, big comeback.
Chicago Bears sigue presionando, sigue corriendo.
In overtime for the game winner, both teams are now 7-6. Dallas came out on top. They got close, but the story was Micah Parsons.
Yeah, whenever the Dallas Cowboy defense needs a play, Micah Parsons is the guy who's doing it. And he's doing it from a bunch of different positions. Defensive end, blitzing off the wall, right in the middle of the field, making plays.
That's a 4-game Washington win streak. Tampa was up big. Buffalo came back, forced overtime. Brady the game winner.
Yes, huge comeback, but Tom Brady sliced them up. Big third down conversion.
para que se equivoque
The Bucs can clinch the
nuevamente.
division with a win over the Saints next
No
week
van a
on Sunday
lograr
Night
nada.
Football.
Entonces,
As
esto
for
va a
the
ser
Bills, more
para
on what it
todo
means
lo
for
que quieren,
them
más lo que
with our
quieren.
Steve Kornacki. Steve, welcome.
Esa estadística que
Yeah, it was a
estaba
tough
en
ending in
finalizar
Tampa
la
for the
primera-
Bills, and it really caps
el
up a
primer
tough
cuarto
week.
era
This
bastante
time last week on the
interesante
eve of that Monday night game against the Patriots, the Bills were almost a 90% shot of making the playoffs and almost a 60% chance of winning their division, the AFC East. Now, obviously, that division title odds took a huge hit with that loss to the Pats. Their playoff chances took a hit, too. Now, here's the thing. They almost completed a comeback for the ages against Tampa Bay. If they had, the Bills would be 90% to make the playoffs, still have a real shot in the AFC East. Instead, losing a heartbreaker like they did, those playoff chances have come down now just to 66%. And the odds of the Bills winning the AFC East, remember, big favorites in the preseason, now barely 1 in 5.
Wow, Steve, thanks. Buffalo's one of the 5, 7, 6 teams, as you see, in the AFC. Josh Allen came to the locker room after the game, out of the locker room, in a walkthrough. They play Carolina at home next week. Tony Buccaneers.
They're playing great on offense, leading the league in scoring, but not the same defense as last year. 3 games, they've given up over 30, gave up 24 in the second half today. They've got to get healthy in the second half.
But how about a defense that is playing well? And that's the Dallas Cowboys, especially led by Micah Parsons. I think arguably our favorite for defensive player of the year. For what he's done with that defense, the way they're playing offensively, they're getting everyone healthy. They just need to get back to their early season form before Dak got hurt.
Much more ahead. But first, a holiday message from Twitter that reminds us when we come together, there's nothing we can't
Chicago
do.
Bears 27, Green Bay 21. Y hacemos una pequeñísima pausa.
It's all gone, son.
Oh no, Sam's. This one.
Again.
Let go of your umbrella. 'Cause darling, I'm just trying to
What's all this?
You can't have a bookstore without books.
Thank you all so much.
This week on Today, Alicia Keys live on the Plaza, Matthew McConaughey, plus holiday music from Meghan Trainor and more of your favorites. All this week on Today.
It's the one and only Snoop D-O-double G, joined by Oscar winner and Hall of Fame Sharks quarterback Jamie Foxx.
Snoop and I will be calling the highlights and sending people to his doghouse right here on Sunday Night Football Fight.
Streaming on Peacock right after the Bears upset the Packers.
How you know that happened?
I'm clairvoyant. Big one.
Snoop might be right. We'll have that for you for Shizzle coming up here after the game on Peacock. Want to get you ready for the Winter Olympics coming up in less than 2 months. Strong weekend for Team USA. Alana Myers-Taylor, whose dad was a star running back at Navy, won a monobob race in Germany. That's the event that's going to be on right after the Olympics. Great gold medal chance for the U.S. Also, around winter sports this weekend, some speed skaters from Ocala, Florida, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Joey Mantilla, Brittany Bowe won the 1,500-meter races. Michaela Schiffer in a great weekend. Alex Ferreira, silver medalist, looking to repeat the half-pipe success. And Jessie Diggins may be repeating her Olympic gold with a strong performance here. Speaking of strong, tied for the 9th longest punt return in NFL history. Jakeem Grant, Devin Hester-esque.
Oh.
Bears by 6, Packer ball, second half coming up after this.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Beginning this Monday, what a week it will be with 3 nights of new comedy on NBC.
Ho, 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 ho!
Santa don't roll with that many hoes.
2 new series, American Auto and Grand Crew. Plus a new Keenan, Mr. Mayor, and Young Rock 2.
I prefer Dwana Claus.
A holiday treat straight from the North Pole, but can only be called
Sweet filling for the pie hole.
NBC Comedies return beginning Monday.
Grabbing Dunkin' before the Bears game. It's a game day ritual.
2 large coffees.
Any cream or sugar?
Yes, please. Thanks a lot.
It's always game on with Dunkin'. Rewards members earn 100 bonus points on Mondays when you order ahead with the Dunkin' app.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
With a Ford F-150 and an available Pro Power onboard generator, you're not just ready, you're holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
Grabbing Dunkin' before the Bears game, it's a game day ritual.
2 large coffees.
Any cream or sugar? Yes, please. Thanks a lot.
It's always game on with Dunkin'. Rewards members earn 100 bonus points on Mondays when you order ahead with the Dunkin' app.
Accurate forecasts on the free NBC Chicago app.
Let me tell you about where I'm from.
Where I'm from, poverty is a crime. If you look like me, you're over-policed, overcharged, and over-incarcerated.
I was sentenced to die in prison for a $28 robbery, but change is coming.
The NFL and Alabama Appleseed are fighting to free victims of wrongful punishment and excessive sentences. Together, justice and equality will belong to everyone, no matter where you're from.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Week 14 concludes with Monday Night Football on ABC and ESPN. Then, Week 15 kicks off with Thursday Night Football in Los Angeles. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by Chevrolet.
Grant skirting the sideline. Touchdown. Rodgers fires, caught. Touchdown. Fields. Look out, picked off, and Douglas will take it for a touchdown. Fields throws caught. Bird. And he'll go to the end zone from the 4. Down the left side he goes. 97 yards.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
That's a month worth of highlights in one quarter. 27-21. Second quarter, first NFL game since 51 with 5 touchdowns of 35 or more yards in one quarter. Highest scoring quarter in a Bears-Packers game ever. Been meeting for 100 years. 45 points. Grant, longest punt return in Bears history. 97 yards. Special teams, 213. Offense, 247. Crazy. Just what we figured. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Catherine Tappan.
That was a double shot buzz right there.
Man.
I don't think we've ever had a buzz like that.
Nothing like that. What a half. Green Bay will get the ball.
Bueno, listos. Volvemos con la segunda parte. Y unos datos bien interesantes respecto a esas 97 yardas de regreso para el touchdown de Chicago, justamente en ese touchdown increíble. Es el más largo en la historia de los Chicago Bears. Nunca se había dado y es justamente el más largo y el más importante en este momento. Y el primero de su carrera. O sea, buenísimo. Ahora bueno, en las entrevistas que le hicieron a Mike LeFleur, la frase que se quedó fue: necesitamos respirar hondo. ¿En serio? Bueno, necesitan respirar hondo y ingeniárselas para ver qué es lo que pasa. Por lo pronto, retornamos. Y parece que ahora Green Bay se va a dedicar a correr. Pero hay que ver.
You talk about a closer when everybody in the field knows that you're going to run the football and you can still run over people.
14-26 por jugar, primero 10. Yarda 34. Territorio Packer. Corrida por el centro. Ganancia de 5 o 6 yardas máximo.
Well, let's go back to that first half with Aaron Rodgers and all
durante la primera parte, Aaron Rodgers, bombazo.
And you can see he very rarely pushes into that left foot.
Ese brazo es un cañón realmente.
He can get it there so quickly.
O sea, cuando Aaron Rodgers realmente se lo propone,
think anything about Aaron
pueden
Rodgers
pasar cosas como esas. Pero eso es cuando le das tiempo. Si le das tiempo, ya lo dije, si le das tiempo a Aaron Rodgers es un francotirador, o sea, no la va a pelar, no la va a fallar, ninguno. Peor si se encuentra con Davante Adams. Y en esta última temporada también con Aaron Jones. Si la presión, repito, si la presión sigue siendo como la primera parte por parte de los Chicago Bears, se puede ver luz al final del camino. Por lo pronto, 27-21 a favor de los Chicago Bears. Tercer cuarto, 13-2 por jugar. Primero y 10 para Aaron Rodgers y los Green Bay Packers.
As a Super Bowl championship, looking for a second this year. Rolling and throwing, and it's caught by
pase para Davante Adams, primero y 10 y una ganancia de 5 yardas extras. En este drive están siendo muy efectivos. Ahí está Davante Adams en movimiento, dejando su marca atrás, obviamente, y con suficiente tiempo para recibir el balón, lograr el primero 10 y unas yardas extra en la ganancia del balón. Y de esta jugada, primero 10, yarda 30. Casi un offside por parte de la línea defensiva de los Chicago Bears. Frenado, pero igual sobre la yarda 23. Segundo down, segundo y 2, 3 máximo.
And I think that time Aaron Rodgers was mad that he didn't get the ball snapped. Clearly the Bears had jumped off sides. And he was looking for that ball to be snapped. Somebody said something. I wasn't sure if it was Aaron or not.
Este drive está siendo bastante eficaz.
I think he was saying, "Oh, come on, you had to see him jump offside, snap me the ball."
Bastante eficaz y bastante efectivo por parte de Green Bay.
He's the master, of course, at the free play. Has been for years. Second down and a deuce to the outside.
Aaron Rodgers por la parte derecha, corrida. Y pues bueno, Valdez-Scantling logrando el primer 10 otra vez.
They just time out that play so well. I call it the Green Bay sweep. You know, we used to think of Paul Hornung and the Green Bay sweep and all that they do. But they know that the block is going to come in from here, but you can't go too early.
Haciendo el recorte, llegando al primero 10 y una ganancia de unas 3 yardas, 4 yardas más.
And they've shown up big here tonight.
Precise.
Bien, buenos ajustes en lo que se refiere a la carrera después de recibir el balón. Yarda 15, territorio Bears, corrida por el centro, frenado en la yarda 5. AJ Dillon con la corrida por el centro y ese huecote que dejó la defensiva de los Bears. Ahí, justamente, rompiendo tacleadas y llevándose a todo el mundo por delante.
To be a problem, as they like to say around here in Green Bay, as the weather gets colder and the game gets longer, nobody wants to tackle a 250-pound running back, and they've had a couple of them around here. Think of Eddie Lacy as well.
Me sorprendería que los Bears los frenen. Realmente me sorprendería. Por lo menos para que no anoten el touchdown. Porque el gol de campo ya es un hecho. A no ser de que Green Bay cometa un error garrafal, o sea, una intercepción de pase, un fumble, y ahí va a estar la presión. La presión. Chicago Bears tiene que presionar más. Por lo pronto les han dejado jugar y esto no es nada bueno. Shotgun. Recargado en la parte derecha. Davante Adams recortando hacia el medio, corrida por el centro y touchdown. Touchdown Green Bay. 9 jugadas, 75 yardas. ¿En serio?
It was though the threat of the speed of Jones that really set this one up. Nice block inside by Al Lazard right here.
La
Watch the
repetición.
run start here, bounce outside, and the fear of the speed of Jones taking it all the way outside forced the defenders to jump that way.
El que Aaron Jones se haya frenado fue definitivo para que esa jugada se llegara a completar. Ahora estamos 28. 28-27, 9-24 por jugar. Pues bueno, tenemos partidos, señores y señores. Bueno, es lo que decíamos, ¿no? O sea, más allá de que los Chicago Bears puedan llevar la ventaja, o sea, no puedes descontar a Aaron Rodgers, no puedes confiarte de Green Bay. Aunque la ventaja sea de 10 puntos, no puedes, y tienes que seguir. En este caso lo que amerita es una respuesta rápida y efectiva por parte de los Chicago Bears. Así que, pues bueno, volvemos donde empezamos. La diferencia es de un punto, absolutamente nada más. Este partido me parece que puede ser para cualquiera, pero el segundo drive va a ser categórico. Yo creo que el segundo drive va a ser, este siguiente drive va a ser categórico, porque en realidad lo que tiene que pasar es de que Chicago Bears sí o sí tienen que anotar. Si anotan, la presión está para Green Bay y ahí es donde los errores se cometen. No es muy probable, pero es una posibilidad. Y mientras los Chicago Bears lleven la delantera en la anotación, aunque sea mínima, la presión siempre va a ser para los Packers en este caso. Y Chicago tiene que capitalizar justamente en esa presión y en esos errores que podrían cometer los jugadores de los Packers, empezando por Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hoy día no ha ocurrido nada, básicamente no creo que corra nada, a excepción de ese trotecito que le tiró para ni siquiera llegar a la línea de scrimmage, que fue patético, la verdad. No va a pasar nada. Entonces la presión va a ser, y no creo que se anime a correr. Entonces seguimos donde estamos. Seguimos donde estamos, y pues bueno, hay que darle y seguir adelante. Retornamos al partido.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Winter event going on now, and by Samsung. Holidays open up with Galaxy. So you go back to 1999, just a few days after Walter Payton passed away. Very emotional game. Bears beat the Packers by a score of 14-13. Brian Robinson blocked a 20-yard field goal attempt by Ryan Longwell.
Y en esta pausa estuvieron recordando un partido justamente de los Chicago Bears contra los Green Bay Packers, en donde perdieron los Green Bay por un punto, porque el gol de campo fue bloqueado y fue una derrota lapidaria con Brett Favre como titular. Pero bueno, a ver, estos partidos que vamos y están rememorando jugadas importantes donde la defensiva realmente hizo un muy buen trabajo, que frenó muy bien a la ofensiva de Green Bay, algo que se tiene que repetir. La presión ahora tiene que ser más, definitivamente tiene que ser más presión. Peor porque ahora se dedicaron a correr y las corridas les han resultado bastante bien a Green Bay. Una jugada de engaño para una ganancia mínima. 9-9 por jugar, Justin Fields en el campo de juego, y ahí está el reprise. Trataron de hacer una jugada de engaño, pero no hubo tanto engaño, pero por lo menos no fue pérdida de balón, mucho menos pérdida de yardas, fue una ganancia mínima, pero ganancia al fin. Estamos con segundo y 5, así que vamos avanzando. Yarda 30, territorio Bear. Justin Fields con tiempo, no, fumble, no. ¿Fumble? No. Hay un pañuelo.
Is able to create the fumble, the turnover, but let's see what the flag
A ver.
is.
En teoría es fumble y turnover. Holding.
Offense number 77.
Diablos.
The penalty is declined. Result of the play, 1st and 10, Green Bay.
So we talk about Tevin Jenkins.
Fumble.
The flag is on him.
Justin Fields pierde el balón después de un sack por parte de Smith. Ahí tienen la reiteración. Y esta vez la bolsa de protección colapsó. Pero mal. Uno que falla, dos que fallan y el golpe por la espalda a Justin Fields. Obviamente lanza el balón, bueno, deja caer el balón. Green Bay la recupera y encima había un holding. Pero obviamente ese castigo fue declinado. Porque en teoría la jugada favorece a Green Bay.
So the turnover after 2 plays on the drive, and Rodgers back to work with a 1-point lead. Jones is
peor aún si Green Bay anota.
McGuire in the role of fullback. Rodgers comes back to the left.
No puede ser.
Jones, and he is into the end zone again.
Aaron Jones.
On back-to-back offensive plays, 23 yards this time.
Aaron Jones, touchdown. Green Bay 34-27. 8:24 por jugar en el tercer periodo. Ahí está el reprise. Y lo que les decía, o sea, si Aaron Rodgers tiene tiempo y encima hay ese tipo de separación, se no va a acabar de otra forma. Es imposible que acabe de otra forma. Todo el tiempo del mundo para lanzar, toda la separación del mundo para ajustar, hacer la jugada y demás. Pues bueno, anotación de Green Bay. Y el gol de campo, obviamente, es gol. 35-27 de la nada. 35-27 después de un fumble provocado porque la defensa de Chicago Bears colapsó. Y Aaron Rodgers saboreando la victoria. Y encima tiene que poner un comercial de Aaron Rodgers. ¿En serio? Voy a cambiar de pantalla, no voy a gritar. Pero bueno, ya. No se puede hacer nada. Es lo que dijimos en el comienzo. O sea, ganarle a Green Bay es bastante difícil. No es imposible, pero es difícil. El equipo que se enfrenta a Green Bay tiene que ser un equipo duro y que esté acostumbrado a presionar, pero hasta no más al quarterback. Provocar ese colapso de la bolsa de protección, provocar que Aaron Rodgers pase rápido y los pases sean rápidos y erráticos, justamente por no darle tiempo a pensar. Si Aaron Rodgers tiene tiempo para ajustar, parar, ver y decidir, y encima su target o Davante Adams, Jones o incluso Valdez Scantling están ahí para recepcionar el balón y están con buena separación. Eso fácil es una ganancia de primero y 10, ganancia de yardas, ganancia de tiempo y en este caso touchdown casi seguro. Entonces es algo que realmente si le das a Green Bay no lo va a dejar, no lo va a desperdiciar, lo va a aprovechar y lo va a capitalizar. Pero bueno, es el tercer cuarto, viene el cuarto todavía, hay tiempo. Justin Fields ha demostrado que quiere ganar. Los Chicago Bears están jugando bien y no están jugando mal para nada. Entonces, esto creo que todavía da para largo. Yo creo que el siguiente drive va a ser definitivo. Si en este drive no anota, realmente no anota, y ahora sí, realmente no anota los Chicago Bears, vamos a estar en problemas. Así que hay que ver.
Well, you probably heard Tiger Woods returns to action for a day out with his son Charlie, along with many major champions paired up with those closest to them. A family affair at the PNC Championship. You'll see it Saturday at 3 Eastern Time on NBC.
Un lugar increíblemente bello, pero súper crudo. Bueno, la patada de regreso hasta la yarda número 23-24 con un pañuelo, seguramente holding, porque se vinieron colgando del corredor en realidad.
Leo, the tide has turned regular season. You go back to 1991 when the Bears led the series by 22 wins, and then Favre comes in,
holding,
and Rodgers comes in. And it's a whole different animal right now. With the Packers leading the series. As we mentioned before, the Packers
Estamos presentando una gráfica bastante interesante sobre las victorias. Y en realidad, antes de la era de Brett Favre, Chicago Bears lideraba los partidos ganados contra Green Bay. Llega Brett Favre y terminan con un récord de 24-10, si no me equivoco, y llega Aaron Rodgers y por el momento el récord está 21-5. O sea que desde la época de Brett Favre las cosas han sido bastante difíciles para los Chicago Bears. Y sobre todo en la tundra. Una reprise de la última jugada.
For a long time, he got a couple of sacks against Justin Fields the last time these two teams played. But
y justamente esa defensa por el centro que ahora sí está bien compacta, bien cerrada y bien firme. Bueno, segundo y 8, segundo y 9, perdón, corrida por el centro y no sé. Pareció que había
3rd and 6 upcoming.
No.
And this is their two-gap technique. So watch the arm extension.
Clark.
They're not supposed to be rushing the passer here. Control, and if that quarterback runs, you go get him. Back to back, as good as you could do at the nose tackle position.
Buena lectura de Clark, porque Justin Fields se iba por el centro. Y eso fácil hubiera terminado en el primer 10, pero muy buen ajuste por parte de Clark. Nada que hacer. Muy buena jugada. Tercero y 6, 7 minutos, tercer periodo. Shotgun, yarda 10, territorio Bear. Segundo escape de Justin Fields, pase cortito, no puede ser. Tenía tiempo, tenía el espacio y acaban de perder el balón.
I mean, give Justin Fields credit for just surviving
Justin Fields,
that blitz.
un tackle esquivado, segundo tackle esquivado, pase. Si hubiera sido un poquito más fuerte, primer tackle desviado, segundo tackle esquivado, y ahí sí era un poquito más fuerte. Bueno, la frustración, ¿qué vas a hacer? Bueno, mientras Green Bay no anote, hay esperanza. ¿Qué le podemos hacer? Hasta la yarda 40 para regresar y esto no se ve nada bien. Ese despeje fue cortísimo.
There we go. That's what we're going to do, man. Bring an orthopedic surgeon with us when we do that.
Will you do it?
Realmente. Ya, a ver. Por lo que veo, no es que los Chicago Bears estén colapsando. O sea, han sido dos jugadas que no fueron las más afortunadas, sobre todo en este tema del fumble que provoca justamente la anotación de Green Bay. Chicago Bears no está colapsando, o sea, no se están desesperando, no están empezando a jugar mal. Solo fueron dos jugadas fortuitas que lastimosamente en la primera la bolsa de protección colapsa. Justin Fields no ve al defensivo de Green Bay, bueno, tiene el sack, el fumble y en este caso el posterior touchdown por parte de Green Bay. Y en esta jugada, probablemente sí debería haber sido ya para avance, por lo menos de anotación de 3 puntos, quedan atrás y otra vez por básicamente pulgadas. Entonces, ¿qué se puede hacer? O sea, el equipo no está mal. Están jugando bastante bien los Chicago Bears. Un poquito más de suerte y pues yo creo que pueden volver al ruedo. Y en este caso a la carrera por ganar el partido. Por lo pronto Green Bay no de menos a más, sino de regular a más en este caso, y tranquilamente en un partido no relajado, pero sí sufriendo un poquito, pero manejable por el momento. Aaron Rodgers, efectivo en su propio estilo, y cuando le da tiempo lo logra.
Oh yeah, I did. It's 0 out slot, 95, H-Wood Duffy, Texas Smash Post.
Hay tiempo todavía, hay tiempo y esto no se define.
Lowercase Texas Smash Post.
Okay, got it. All right, check that out.
Bernie Kosar, Cleveland's greatest quarterback.
You look good.
What an arm.
Yeah, I mean, I really used to like watching you play when I was 3, but...
You were the most special thing I've ever seen on this show.
Me quedé pensando qué es lo que pueden hacer los Chicago Bears. Y en este caso no rendirse. No rendirse, seguir, presionar además y borrar esa sonrisa. Estúpida que tiene Aaron Rodgers.
And a lot of people thought that Aaron would not come back. He would not play. He would either demand a trade or walk away or whatever, or host.
Si esta es la última temporada de Aaron Rodgers,
it's a season that he described to us as better than I could have imagined, with a lot of adversity for sure. You had the vaccinated, immunized affair. I mean, it's been pretty wild as he starts this drive
porque,
from the 48-yard line.
De todos sus partidos contra equipos grandes, no lo ha hecho increíblemente bien. Es más, si han ganado ha sido por pocos puntos o a base de goles de campo, lo cual demuestra de que realmente no es un equipo imbatible. No sé, esta temporada los Green Bay no era uno de mis equipos favoritos, pero me gustaba la época de Brett Favre, pero esta última temporada es para empezar, sobre todo estos últimos 10 años, que la pasaron de pérdida, que se volvió un equipo bastante aburrido, a pesar de tener uno de los mejores quarterbacks de su generación y de los últimos tiempos, que es el más chistoso. Pero eso es una apreciación. 5:43 por jugar en este tercer periodo y hay un pañuelo en el campo de juego. Veremos. Holding. Ofensiva. 10 yardas de castigo. Primera jugada cobrada a Kelly con un holding. Y 10 yardas
atrás. And he said, look, the team might decide to go in a different direction, but I would be a little stunned.
I would be a whole lot.
¿Qué sería lo ideal?
But he also said he didn't want to drag it out. I think he's going to take a little
obviamente
bit of
que
time
los Chicago Bears anoten.
He knows
Lo
what the
ideal.
parameters are at this point.
Pero si no, por lo menos frenarlos.
And they're going to go yay or nay, and then you've got to think a lot of dominoes.
Y el frenarlos es lo que puede jugar más en contra de... Bueno, obviamente más a favor de Chicago Bears, porque esa es una victoria moral bastante definitiva y es así como marcaron la diferencia en la primera parte. Pero, bueno, es más fácil decirlo que hacerlo. Por lo pronto Green Bay avanzando, llegando al segundo down. Segunda y 8.
And any farther to the left before you come back and find the
El
receiver
tiempo que le dan a
Could you imagine
si a
playing
Rodgers
defense
le das
against this
tiempo de
guy
retroceder,
sometimes? I mean,
mirar a la
he is
izquierda,
following you
mirar a la
to
derecha,
defend every
decidir
blade
a
of
quién
grass.
pasar,
53 and a
eso
third
es lo que
yards
va a pasar.
wide, and then he
Primero
just
y
checks it
10.
down to the big guy in the middle.
O ganancia de yardas máximas.
But I've got to tell you, Al, I came out of that meeting,
y
and I don't know what my bias was coming in. I sort of thought that maybe Rodgers would be leaving at the end of this season. But I came away from it with a different impression. I had nothing scientific to give you on this. I just felt like that he was thinking, you know what? This place means a lot.
Yeah, we're not going to make news. We can't tell you what he's going to do, but just in that discussion with him, I feel the same way you do. And he also said, he said that there's been a lot of repair that's done with the relationship with really the top brass.
Bueno, con 35 a favor, yo creo que ya empezó a respirar hombro, como lo decía en el entretiempo. Formación pistola, corrida por la parte derecha, primero y 10 y avance de 5 yardas extra. Pañuelo, a ver, hay un pañuelo, pero parece que es una falta de los Chicago Bears.
I tell you, we have seen some brilliant offensive play design and play calling tonight.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 25. The penalty's half the distance from the end of the play.
Unnecessary roughness. Burns.
Yeah, we're going to see just the jet sweep here. Watch all the inside guys overreact.
Engaño, corrida por la parte derecha para primero y 10 y más. Bueno, la falta fue por el empujón, ¿no? Porque ya había salido. El jugador de Green Bay ya había salido del campo de juego, entonces era dejarlo, pero el empujón se está anulando y automáticamente pasamos al primer gol, en la yarda 8 de Bears, de los Chicago Bears. Un pase ridículo de Aaron Rodgers. La verdad, o sea, Patrick Mahomes es sobresale. Aaron Rodgers, ver a Aaron Rodgers es segundo y gol. Reprisen, a ver.
You know, after you've been in the middle of one of those storms, which we all have at one time or another, sometimes you can begin to appreciate a place like Green Bay, Wisconsin, where you kind of know everybody in the media, and you know, there's a place psychologists all year long with Aaron Rodgers. You're never going to figure him out.
Segundo y 2, condicionado por jugar, carrera por el centro y derribado una yarda atrás de la línea de scrimmage.
He is one smart sucker, though, isn't he?
He loves to toy with the media. He does.
4 minutos por jugar, tercer gol.
In August, you don't know whether he's playing or not, and now he's in the MVP conversation.
I was talking to Nathaniel Hackett, their offensive coordinator, and I said, okay, with all that going on, can you mess with Aaron a little bit? I mean, can you open up and talk about it? He goes, oh, yeah, it's all game on in our room.
A ver, tercer gol, 3:30 por jugar. Rodgers con tiempo, pase completo.
And that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Pase completo para Valdez-Scantling. Yarda 2. Pasando la 3 fácil. Cuarto y gol. ¿Se la jugarán? Bueno, hace rato cuando se la jugaron anotaron, no veo por qué no hacerlo. Lo que pasa es que aquí se la están jugando. Si anotan el touchdown, la ventaja se amplía. Si la fallan, la distancia solo es, bueno, el marcador en distancia solo es de un right, así que de una posición, así que eso se complica. Y se la van a jugar en cuarto y gol, en la yarda número 2, 2:57 por jugar en el tercer cuarto, tiempo fuera. Perdido por Aaron Rodgers. Y ahí está.
So what does Aaron Rodgers do? He just looks at the front. What are they doing up there? Is this an even front, an odd front? Is it an over front? Is it an under front? What's the slot cornerback doing? Do I have a possibility of a blitz? You'll see him scan. He's not looking at safeties. Most quarterbacks are looking at safeties. He's looking at where the linebackers are, where those defensive ends are, where that slot quarterback is.
Así que ahora charlando tomando la flor. 27-35 en favor de Green Bay, 2:55 por jugar, cuarto y gol. Haciendo un ajuste o simplemente perdiendo el tiempo. Y pues bueno, arrugaron.
He's 35-9.
Yeah, you give credit to Aaron Rodgers and a lot of other people.
Arrugaron. Green Bay arrugó. En cuarto y gol a 2 yardas de la línea de anotación. ¿Recuerdos de repente del año pasado donde Aaron Rodgers prefirió hacer un pase estúpido a correr, aunque corre por bellita, pero bueno? Gol de campo, Green Bay, 20 yardas, imposible que no la anote, y pues sí, así fue. 38-27, 2:52 por jugar. Anotación de gol de campo en favor de Green Bay. 38-27. Este tipo de jugadas me parece muy... Ay, ¿cómo lo pongo sin ofender a nadie? Falta de lo que ponen las líneas. Porque en realidad estás en cuarto y gol. O sea, cuarto y gol. En la yarda 2 del equipo contrario. O sea, yo digo, ¿qué pierdes? O sea, si eres bueno, si haces una buena corrida o si tienes la oportunidad de pasar, hacer un pasecito, porque en realidad solo son 2 yardas, 5 en el peor de los casos, ¿por qué no jugártela? Pues estamos hablando de uno de los, no de los más grandes quarterbacks de todos los tiempos, pero sí uno de los mejores de su generación. Y en este caso, desde todas las payasadas que hizo desde el año pasado hasta este año, logró llegar a la conversación de MVP para este año. O sea, no lo vamos a negar. Aaron Rodgers es un muy buen jugador. Pero yo digo, ¿por qué optar por eso? Porque básicamente fue la decisión de Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers vio algo que no le gustó, pide tiempo fuera, conversa con Manda Flor y después van para el gol del campo. O sea, realmente ahí falta...
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $1,000
pero porque esto se... con un touchdown de los Chicago Bears se resume a una ventaja de 2 puntos, si no me equivoco. Entonces esto puede... da para largo, así estamos bien. Y ni siquiera ha acabado el tercer periodo, que es más interesante. Entonces seguimos bien. Espero que realmente anuten los Chicago Bears, porque si no, toda la felicidad se va a transformar en tristeza. Y era solo el placer de ver a Aaron Rodgers.
Special preview Tuesday on NBC.
Well, Paul Tagliabue gets his Hall of Fame ring. There's Dave Baker, who's been traveling around the country, awarding a lot of rings at halftime. Paul was the commissioner of the league, succeeded Pete Rozelle back in '89 through 2006. Gets the ring, and he was very instrumental in deciding that Sunday Night Football should be the premium package in the NFL. So, very much
los Bears para la vuelta, fumble y ¡ay! Casi pérdida de balón por parte de los Bears. Muy buena jugada para recuperar el balón después de ese fumble. Ahí pueden ver, el golpe fue bastante fuerte y bueno, la pelota sale fuera del control del número 24, pero más bien la recuperaron. Más bien la recuperaron. Entonces bueno, vamos con el primero y 10.
Hall of Fame. There's Drew Esikoff saying, look off to my left on Tuesday. We worked with Fred for 20 years. He should do a master class in how you do television production.
Yarda 12. Territorio Bear, Justin Fields con tiempo, bombazo, pase completo. ¿Pase completo? Parece que sí. Es que estaba muy cerca de la línea de la línea lateral del campo de juego. Segundo y 10. Sí, ahí está la repetición. Justin Fields con el bombazo y ahí la recepción y los 2 pies dentro, al parecer. A ver, ahí en ese se va a ver. Uno, no. Bueno, ni modo. Ese no fue pase completo porque el jugador tiene de fuera las 2 puntas de los pies. A ver, hay un pañuelo. Holding.
Offense number 76. Pass position from the goal. Repeat second down.
Se repite el segundo down. Falta del tackle izquierdo de los Bears. Jenkins en la falta. Esas faltas cuando no quieres que hagan faltas son las peores en realidad, justo cuando necesitas avanzar. Encajonados aún.
Sent back to the locker room out for the night. So Jenkins sees his first action as an offensive lineman.
Yarda 7 y ¿qué es? Reordenando la ofensiva. Ahora sí, 2:23 por jugar. Segundo y 16.
So it's going to be
2-3 por jugar, tercer down con ganancia mínima en este caso.
A little over 2 minutes to play in the third.
I tell you, the Green Bay Packers, in my opinion, when Jair Alexander comes back, are going to have one of the great classes of cornerbacks.
Tercero y 11.
This Eric Stone has hockey speed on the outside, their first-round pick, and he is going to be really special. And with what Rasul Douglas has been doing, they're propped up.
Yarda 11.5, territorio Bear. Justin Fields con tiempo, pase forzado e incompleto. Cuarto. Se están cayendo.
Yeah, and the great thing
Chicago
about
Bears están cayendo.
is that on the nose right there, he has the ability to control everything inside, all those run plays.
Viene el blitz,
but
no hay lugar donde escapar.
Can get after the quarterback the way that this guy can. He has already had 4 sacks on the season, and when you get that kind of dual threat at the nose tackle position,
estaba complicado la verdad, porque colapsa la bolsa y vienen directos a ti, así que ¿qué vas a hacer? Un pase milagroso que no fue nada. Patada de despeje. Apenas hasta la mitad de la cancha.
By Rodgers, fair catch. Here's Catherine.
Well, a number of injury updates for both teams. Al, for the Bears, left tackle Jason Peters has an ankle injury, doubtful to return. Xavier Crawford is out with a concussion, and the Packers' offense has been hit hard. I mentioned Billy Turner is out. So, too, is tight end Dominic Daphne out with that ankle injury. Wide receiver Equinemius St. Brown out with a concussion. And Malik Taylor is questionable to return with an abdominal injury.
Ya no están con las ganas que estaban en la primera parte, y lo que les decía, o sea, termina la primera parte, viene el tiempo, y en realidad a muchos equipos les ayuda y a otros les afecta. En este caso, los Chicago Bears venían con un muy buen envión, estaban presionando muy bien, estaban jugando perfectamente, estaban avanzando en el reloj de jugada, estaban avanzando en las yardas, y justamente a raíz de eso estaban logrando la marca que estaban logrando. Ahora, vuelven del entretiempo, pero no pueden seguir con ese paso. No pueden seguir con ese envión, con ese empujón. Bueno, en contraparte, acaban de hacerle otro sack a
Travis Gibson just
Aaron
really
Rodgers.
just keeps making plays. I think that's his 4th sack now of the season, and well, it's nice when you lose somebody like Khalil Mack.
El tercer sack de la noche y el cuarto sack en contra de Aaron Rodgers en lo que viene la temporada. 47 segundos por jugar, segundo y 11, pase completo hasta la yarda número 50 y vamos con el tercer down con 38 segundos por jugar. 35 ahora y pues no sé si van a jugárselo nada más. Ahí está. Pase completo y...
Nice catch, took the shot.
Sí, pase completo. Parecía que el balón había tocado el campo de juego, pero no.
Just have to do that. My theory was always
Tercero y 5, 18 segundos por jugar y pues creo que aquí va a acabar el tercer cuarto. Van a dejar que el reloj
What a philosophy.
Pues salió la jugada, 200 segundos por jugar, pase incompleto. 2 segundos por jugar.
So in the third quarter, Green Bay has outscored Chicago 17-0 after a crazy second quarter, producing 45 total points.
Yeah, the field was on tilt for the third quarter, though. It never sort of crossed the 50-yard line going this way. The Bears were backed up. They were never able to get anything going to get out of the hole. And the Packers took advantage.
Bueno, patada de despeje.
Borges now.
Y por el momento bien.
So does Grant have any more magic in him? Two spectacular plays.
Y ahí viene la patada. ¿Habrá regreso? No. Fuera del campo de juego. Fuera del campo de juego a la yarda 40 y pues con eso termina el tercer cuarto. Bueno, todavía hay luz. Hay luz para los Bears, pero la cosa es de que tienen que anotar. Si no anotan y siguen dejando el balón en posesión de Green Bay, esto tranquilamente puede acabar en corridas, drenar el reloj del partido, desgastar a la defensa de los Chicago Bears, básicamente capitalizar en los errores que se van a presentar. Bueno, a ver, como estamos en la pausa comercial, vamos a hacer un pequeño corte y enseguida volvemos.
The greatest gift you can give is to protect our children from COVID-19. Kids age 5 and up are now eligible for the life-saving shot. Talk to your child's pediatrician today.
Comedy is coming. It's the cure for the drearies with 3 holiday specials and 2 brand new series. Prepare yourself for laughs and applause and the new face of Christmas.
I prefer Duana Claus.
NBC Comedies return beginning Monday, December 13th.
Remember when no dream was too big? And you could fearlessly face the unknown. You still can. When you have a rock you can depend on for life, you'll be unstoppable. Like the millions of people who rely on Prudential for financial planning and investing. Who's your rock?
The greatest gift you can give is to protect yourself and your loved ones from COVID-19. Vaccines are free and widely available, so it's easier than ever to get your life-saving shot. It's how we'll protect kids and celebrate safely this holiday season.
Forget your basic weather app. Instead, trust the NBC Chicago app. Here, you can customize your preferences, see only what you want, and subscribe to whichever alerts you care about. Download the free NBC Chicago app and take the NBC5 Storm Team with you wherever you go.
Happy holidays from all of us at NBC5.
There are the division leaders right now. Cardinals are 10-2, play the Rams tomorrow night in the Monday nighter. Bucks win in overtime today. Packers trying to go to 10-3. Cowboys a little scared at the end after they built up a big lead at Washington, but they lead the East at 9-4. Here are the odds to make the Super Bowl. Bucks 32%, Cards 22, Packers right now 22. Cowboys not getting a lot of love, at least in terms of the analytics, at 8%. Al Michaels, Chris Collins, Catherine Tappan, Lambeau Field on this Sunday night. 38-27, Green Bay on top.
Último cuarto.
First and 10 as Chicago starts this drive from its own 27-yard line.
Yarda 45.
This is Herbert. The 30.
All right, let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS. And you want to feel a little speed? How about that? Jakeem Grant, the 2 highest speeds achieved by a Chicago Bears player on the field this year. Kind of hurts when, or helps when you have a whole 100 meters to go and pick up a little bit of that speed, but he has been something special so far tonight.
2 big plays down that left sideline, second down, 7, that pass almost picked.
Yes, sir.
So Rasul Douglas, he's thinking about a couple of other pick six. That would be 3 in 2 games.
Well, he almost had one in the last game, a second one. But this guy is just feeling it. You know, sometimes you just get hot. I think right now Rasul Douglas is just feeling hot. He's watching fields and just jumping throws that he's making. Marcus Peters like.
poquito.
Third down and 7.
14 segundos por jugar. Justin Fields en el balón. Pase completo. Casi para el
short of the first down. Robinson, as the official comes in, marks it a little bit shy. So it's going to be 4th down and inches, and a decision here for Nagy in the 4th.
Se la tiene que jugar.
No puede. For the moment, he's going to send in the punt team.
Robinson came up a little short of that line.
The ball's at the 37. You don't make it. You give Rodgers a short field.
Yeah, but if you punt the ball, it may not matter how short the field is.
Pick your poison.
Es posible. ¿Por qué? Acaban de hacer
Rodgers. Flag is thrown.
No, ¿en serio? No puede ser. Cuando creía que todo estaba perdido, acaban de anotar los Chicago Bears en una jugada estúpida por parte del receptor de Green Bay. ¿Touchdown? ¿Sí? ¿No?
Penalty, see what's happening.
¿Qué pasó? Parece que viene
Ron Torbert.
A ver.
Ruling on the field is that the punt was muffed by Green Bay, recovered by Chicago. However, we have a player out of bounds on his own on the punt, number 22 of the kicking team. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 4th down.
Kendall Vildor, and that is a killer.
Les voy a mostrar.
All right, you know the rule by now. You can't go out of bounds yourself. And if you do, you got to get right back in. So they are not considering him to be pushed out of bounds, and that wasn't enough in the eyes of the official, and that
monster
could not be any bigger. They catch the break they're looking for.
Monster penalty. So instead of all of that, you got a 4th down and 5 now. So they opted to punt on 4th and inches. Now it's 4th and 5 plus some inches. And again, you got Rodgers back there. This time at the 25-yard line. Rodgers backs up. We'll run this one back from the 15-yard line. And a decent return to the 29. Vildor knocks him out of bounds. 11-point lead for Green Bay.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. Never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be birthing the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we can all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me? That's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
Les iba a funcionar bien si consiguen esa anotación. La penalización llegó. Pues bueno, nada que hacer. De todas formas, por el momento la victoria de Green Bay no es amplia, un drive.
Go wherever your wild side takes you. Toyota. Let's go places.
None of us will have any peace till there are no monsters left in the world.
my home, my fight.
No fácil.
The war's just begun.
Creo que se tienen que poner realmente las pilas. Los Chicago Bears, si por lo menos no quieren perder por más puntos.
Premier League festive fixtures begins on NBCSN and streaming on Peacock.
A little earlier, Olympic curler Becca Hamilton was honored here at Lambeau, representing Team USA for the second time at the Olympics, which start in Beijing in less than 2 months, as were Paralympic wheelchair basketball gold medalists Nate Hines and Matt Lesperance, all three athletes born and raised here in the Badger State.
Cool stuff.
Yep. Doing that around the league this year, it's great. Proud of Joyce. Got big hands when they were introduced. Rogers hands to Jones. Matt Nagy very much in the crosshairs in Chicago. You're going to be when you're 4-8. You're 4 years in. They've been to the playoffs twice. Lost both times. But right now he and Ryan Pace as well, the general manager, what are their futures going to be? There's George McCaskey, who will make the ultimate decision at the end of the season as to their futures. The Bears have never made, in their long and storied history, an in-season coaching change. 2nd and 5. This is Dillon. The only time it would even come close to that, George Halas, who owned the team, took himself out of coaching 1 year to join the Navy.
Well, that's a legit excuse.
I would say.
Yeah. Let me just say this, that Matt Nagy's about as good a guy as we've met, right? I mean, he's really pleasant, and you love being around him. And for coaching a young quarterback, he's the kind of guy you want. And he has the offensive background. He has all that kind of stuff. As an offensive coach, you get measured by results. But so many times when you end up drafting a young quarterback, you sort of live through the first year, but all too often that guy gets fired and the next coach gets the benefit of it.
On 3rd and 2, he hit Adams for a first down. Well, let's face it, too. He gets hired. He inherited Mitch Trubisky, who was picked by Pace. They traded up, got him as the 2nd overall choice. Didn't really work out. He's now in, Trubisky is in Buffalo, backing up Allen there.
But that was not Nagy's choice, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Pace got him the year before.
Yeah, you know, the other thing that I found interesting is, you know, we asked about the personal side of that and all that sort of thing. And he's got 4 young boys who go to school, and of course they hear it there too. And he goes, hey, my kids are tough. We knew what we signed up for when we became head coach of the Chicago Bears, and he thinks they've handled it well.
Here's Dillon to the 49. And one of the things he said to us, he said, he's been talking to him about it. What does it mean, you know, the family? It's one thing to be the coach and you're taking all the slings and arrows. He said, the family is just a matter of being honest. He said, hey, look, when you sign up for this could happen.
Yeah, there's nothing else you can do. I mean, it's a dream for him, obviously, to be head coach in the National Football League. Had that great first year. Playoffs 2 out of the first 3 years, I do believe. And so this is, you know, it's hard. This is a nasty business. I mean, half the teams in the league are going to be 500 or worse, and nothing you can do about that.
Here's Dillon again. Shreds that defense. Dillon right now having a nice night with 12 catches or 12 carries for 59 yards.
Yeah, there's an old country song about closing time, and we're kind of there right now. And this is A.J. Dillon. When you get late in the game and you're protecting a lead, and here comes 250 pounds of pink shoes flying right at you, and it's not a lot of fun. But I tell you, this offensive line, this makeshift offensive line, they're kind of big and strong and powerful. They're coming off the ball and creating some holes up front, too.
This is a classic Rodgers with the lead drive. So we were looking at a lot of numbers. The Packers run the slowest offense in the league. In other words, they take more time off the play clock than any team. One reason is they have a lot of leads, and then nobody uses the clock as well as Aaron Rodgers at the end. He takes everything down to the nub.
He does, but I also think that he wants to see everything, and he works the snap count so hard to try and get a tell. You know, the hut, and if they move and show their coverage or show their blitz or show their stunt, immediately he's able to take advantage of that.
So here they are with a 2-possession lead. Takes the play clock all the way down. This time he takes a timeout. All right. But took a lot of time off the clock.
He did. Look at him. He never looks like anything's hard.
No, he's like the coolest guy in the room. Bears head coach's record against the Packers. Hallis with a winning record. Coached for 40 years in 4 10-year increments. Ditka a winning record. And the rest of the gang, the last 6 head coaches, 14 and 43.
I tell you, when you're up against Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, it's hard to win. It was hard for teams in the East to knock off Tom Brady. You know, I mean, God, don't tell me there's 2 of them.
No, you know what this is. This is the dictionary, and you're looking at the definition of doppelganger.
Look at that. Right?
Green 19.
That's pretty much dead on. Well, that's better than the game at this point. That was amazing.
As good as.
Who is that guy? We have to go find him.
You're on your own. 2nd and 8 to 41. And that's Alan Lazard. Rodgers tonight now over 300 yards. Make it 321 on 25 of 33 in the air.
Alan Lazard does so much blocking that when he does that route right there, which is basically he's going to go run down to the inside and look like he's blocking and then come out of it, he does it so much where he goes down there and blocks that you can kind of get lulled to sleep. But you talk about a dual threat. People talk about run, pass, dual threat. His ability to block is very much a key part of this Green Bay Packer offense.
2nd and 9. Rodgers in his last 4 games, 2 years against the Bears. So the passer rating in the league, the average is around 91. So that gives you an idea of how good he's been against Chicago.
Well, I'd say he owns it.
He does. Who owns the Bears?
So the owners of the Bears don't show up. Aaron Rodgers shows up first.
There you go. 2nd and 9. In that play clock all the way down. Adams, who was very silent for the first 19 minutes of the game. And now all of a sudden he's the leading receiver in the game with 8 catches for 114 yards and a score.
Yeah, his 3rd straight game now over 100 yards. So Devontae Adams, I guess that hamstring has loosened up and he's feeling just fine. Thank you. This. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, you've just seen this too many times before. You jump out, you have a lead, you're playing as great as you possibly can, and then come to the second half and just methodically they just take your heart away.
On the first down this time, it's Adams again. 25 first downs. Matt LaFleur in his 3rd year will go to 36-9 with a win tonight, which is 4 out of every 5. Best in the league since he took over. Has not lost consecutive games. third most wins in their first 3 seasons, and he may eclipse Seifert, who had 38 with San Francisco. Jim Harbaugh with San Francisco as well, 36. And there's Matt, who will pick up number 36 if they hold on to this lead tonight.
He's got some guts with his decisions, too, in the offseason.
Dillon inside the 10.
Maybe Jerome Bettis had this sort of ability to show power inside and still bounce out with that kind of speed and make a play. I think A.J. Dillon just has superstar written all over him, and Aaron Jones is just as good. That combination come late in the year and into playoff time, you've got to pair that with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. It's a problem.
Rodgers, little toss here, inside the 5. Mercedes Lewis, 4th catch of the night. First down and goal as we run down to 5 minutes to go in regulation.
The one thing that you always admire about Rodgers is his ability to make throws really with neither foot on the ground. I mean, how many times have we seen him? And you think about now with that toe injury, what that allows him to do. You don't see him driving into that left foot the way a lot of quarterbacks do, because he has the kind of arm that he can get away with not doing that.
So this drive started at their own 29. He's taken 8.5 minutes off the clock. Timeout taken there.
It's the most joyous time of the year.
Especially at T-Mobile. Let's go to Diane.
Can you tell us what's happening? Yeah, I got the awesome new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, and T-Mobile's paying for them both. Oh, and I get a free year of Apple TV Plus. And this is for new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers, like me. Back to you. Hello?
We're going to T-Mobile. Upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, both on us. Only at T-Mobile.
No sé cuál es la idea. O sea, por ejemplo, en el partido de la tarde de después de finalizar la primera parte, una paliza. Y en el segundo periodo, pues bueno, pisaron el freno, jugaron con el... Tanto así, que el la primera jugada en una carrera que parecía que no tenía ningún tipo de...
Confidence looks great on you. Toyota, let's go places.
I've had darkest dreams. This Christmas, time to fly. See the Matrix in IMAX for a limited run only.
I know why you're still fighting.
You don't know. No? The Matrix Resurrections. Rated R. Tickets on sale now.
There are many reasons for waiting to visit your doctor right now. But if you're experiencing irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait to contact your doctor, because these symptoms could be signs of a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which could make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Your symptoms could mean something serious, so this is no time to wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Sunday Night Football brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Geico, save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. That's where they make the cheese sticks. The factory in Milwaukee started in 1987. Where the idea was born. You ever worn a cheesehead?
I have not.
Not even after a couple of old fashions?
I always wondered about the people sitting behind, like Aaron Rodgers there. Would you have trouble seeing over the top? Or would you be more of the Jedi type cheesehead?
No clue. First and goal for Green Bay at the 3-yard line.
One-on-one matchup with Jalen Johnson, Devontae Adams outside. I kind of like to watch this.
There it is. Touchdown. And the fans love to watch it too. Second touchdown of the night and 10th catch of the night for Devontae Adams.
Is there a better release artist than Devontae Adams? If there is, I don't know. You see the hard inside technique there by Jalen Johnson, which means by formation, I'm going to take away that slant. But that release move was so good. He got Johnson completely off stride. So a night that has been very good, honestly, for Jalen Johnson. In the end, it was Devontae Adams who is and continues to be the champ.
Point number 45 off the foot of Mason Crosby. 4.5 left at Lambeau. Back in control.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6 truly sees you, not a blurry face. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. On our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. Live Translate speaks your language and hers. It's the phone that understands we're all different. Google Pixel 6. For all who are.
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
It's all gone, son.
Oh no, Sam's. This one.
Again.
Let go of your umbrella. Darling, I'm just trying to
What's all this?
You can't have a bookstore without books.
Thank you all so much.
Little did Ali know that buying a loaf of bread online would lead him to discover baking? Wherever your passion takes you, pay online with confidence. Visa, a network working for everyone.
1, 2, 3. People say we don't know what love is. Wait, hold on.
All right, everybody, stand up straight. Okay, now let me flip it.
Oh, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, baby.
With so many movies to watch, you can stream something new every day during Peacock's Movie Binge Miss.
Tonight's aerial coverage being brought to you by Geico. Always a great sight looking down into Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Home of the Packers since 1957. Kickoff from the 3-yard line. A little Herbert. Back out to the 21. Packers, of course, are the only team in the league without an owner. Let's put it that way. Shareholders. You can buy shares in the team. I think they got another stock sale coming up. And you can say you own part of the football team.
I have talked to a lot of owners of the Green Bay Packers over the years.
There you go.
A lot.
Most of them in the stadium tonight. From the 21-yard line. Fields will take off, slide to a stop after a first down at the 32-yard line.
I tell you, though, I have seen really good stuff out of Justin Fields tonight. I mean, every time you watch him, you know, he had the one pick six, but he's done so many dynamic things with his legs, with his arm. I think he can throw up, clean up that motion just a little bit, and he will. But you're not giving this guy back. I promise you that. You have no interest in doing anything but continuing to develop Justin Fields, because I do think he has a chance to be great.
Tough night for the rookie left tackle Jenkins.
Ball start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Well, Chicago had the lead by 6 at the half, but the second half completely dominated until this drive began. The Bears had only 17 total yards to 222. Now they have 41 after those 2 plays. But total domination by the Packers in the second half. High and incomplete. Intended for Grant's second down and 15.
You know, Justin Fields, he knows what he has to work on. Earlier this week in practice, he actually asked for a couple of play calls to have a chance to train and just checking the ball down. He said, we didn't do a whole lot of that at Ohio State. Bill Lazor told me that story, and then Matt Nagy came in. He said, did he tell you the rest of the story? He goes, no. He goes, so we put a couple of those plays in. And the first one we had that he was supposed to check down, he threw it 65 yards down the field. So it gives you some idea of that young man's mindset.
Yeah, more fun that way. That's caught. Montgomery made the grab. Barnes with the tackle with 3.5 to go. So Green Bay on their way to 10-3 again with a shot at that number 1 seed right now. Arizona holding that spot. Fields dancing and darting. And this will look real good on the stat sheet as he takes it to the 36-yard line.
But this is the kind of stuff when you're in Chicago playing in December, hopefully playing for championships soon. These kinds of plays in poor conditions can win and lose games. We saw Tom Brady take off and run with the ball a lot in the first half of that game. So, believe me, it's a factor. Look out.
Jump pass caught, luckily. Montgomery. Fields now has thrown for 189 yards. And that'll be a first down.
Somebody else doesn't have to have their feet on the ground to throw the football. You guys are phenomenal athletes. They really are.
Almost a new trend. And a stoppage here. I agree with LaFleur. What's the stoppage for? All right. What's your guess?
I don't know. I was just listening to Go Pack Go.
That's right. Flag thrown.
Fields took a shot.
Yeah, he did. Ooh.
And remember, he came in with those bad ribs. Mm-hmm. He's going to do some push-ups. He's a tough kid.
They will face the Vikings in the Monday night game next week. Chicago will, and Baltimore will go to Baltimore.
Illegal shift by the offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So
Green Bay goes to Baltimore next week.
Took that rib shot for no reason then. I'd say if you've never had broken ribs, we heard Catherine talk about it at the beginning of the show. You live in fear of sneezing and laughing. And Justin was telling us he literally stayed away from some of the funny guys on the team over the past couple of weeks because he just couldn't risk it.
Just hang around guys that tell bad jokes. We know a few. Damian Williams to the 28-yard line. 2-minute warning. And we're staying. Next Sunday's game will be New Orleans going to Tampa to take on Tom Brady and company. You got Sunday Night 7 picks on the NBC Sports Predictor app with a $1 million jackpot contest every week. Bucs win in overtime today after blowing a big lead against Buffalo. Saints win against the Jets. And that's the action as we move along to Week 15 of the NFL season. Some of the big stories today around the league. What a game from Micah Parsons. Fantastic, leading that Dallas defense against Washington. The Chiefs killed the Raiders. Took a huge early lead and just coasted home. The Chiefs, of course, are red hot right now. Brady tying Jerry Rice most TDs scored after turning 40. Should have the record by himself at some point, you would think, the way he's going.
A little jump around time now.
Senor Cheesehead, I think that's the guy's name. There you go, Senor Cheesehead.
This is a party, no question about it. When the Green Bay Packers are in town, you can walk around town, you can see the fans, the I own you signs, even the Bears will dance at the end of this thing.
Even the Bears figure they might as well get into it.
Yeah, might as well have a little fun, but
it's a no fun zone over there on the bench.
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard, man, when somebody calls you out and says, I own you, and then he does. That's even harder.
Second and 11. And feels the ball squirts out. Oh, Montgomery is there to haul it in. It'll be third down, 3rd and 9.
That was a throw. Watch this. You're going to see him. He is in trouble. The ball is trapped, and he intentionally gets that thing out with that throw.
Little flip, underhand. 3 more yards. He's at 200 for the night. Will it come here? It will not. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it will be 4th down.
I tell you, there are some interesting decisions upcoming for the Chicago Bears. There's no question about it. Some really great players: Allen Robinson, Akeem Hicks, Robert Quinn, Eddie Goldman, Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, Jimmy Graham, all sort of the high end of the pay scale. And are you starting over? I don't know. I don't know what the Bears will end up doing.
Well, here's Santos on a 4th and 8. Field goal would make it a 2-possession game, which it does. Then all you need are a couple of onside kicks and 2 fast drives, and you're right back in it. You know I'm joking around, right? Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about it.
There you go. Playoff picture. There it is, the division leaders, which we showed you before. In the NFC, we already have given Green Bay the victory to go to 10-3. The wild cards at the moment would be the Rams at 8-4 playing Arizona tomorrow. San Francisco pulling one out against Cincinnati, 7-6. Washington, as of the moment, will be a wild card with Minnesota, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and New Orleans all in the hunt. But right now, Washington would own the tiebreak of those 5 teams. Division leaders, AFC, New England and Tennessee, along with Kansas City, all with 9-4 marks. Baltimore loses today, 8-5. The wild cards are the Chargers, winning today, Indianapolis and Buffalo, with the rest of those teams all still eligible.
San Francisco with a huge win in overtime in Cincinnati today. The Bengals, I believe, would have taken over the division lead because they had beaten Baltimore earlier in the season.
Here's your bouncing ball, and who's got it? Khalil Herbert all the way to the end zone, but they're waving it dead back at the 46. You can't advance it on an onside kick like that, where it's off the hands of Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And for the moment, the Bears thought they were right back in business. But no advance.
The kicking team legally recovered the ball. The ball is dead at the spot of the recovery. It was Chicago's ball, 1st and 10.
Well, Al, if you end up calling this in advance, I'm telling you, tonight is one of those nights. Who knows? But you will definitely see. You called it. Right off the hands there of Valdez-Scantling.
You know, I don't like that. I like the rule where, why can't you advance it?
I know in punts why you can't, because you have no help, right? You're back there as a punt returner. If you muff it, everyone would turn into a touchdown. I'm kind of in your corner when it comes to onside kicks, though.
Absolutely. Go! From the 46-yard line, Fields fires that field, and along the sideline, that is Demir Bird, and he hauls it in. Check this out, man. This is some throw.
And don't forget, doing all this with sore ribs. Here, Bird's had a nice night out here as well. Chicago Bears, give them credit. Nothing else. They came in here to fight tonight, and they're still fighting.
From the 24. And then Fields gets sacked. Preston Smith is there. And with 1:07 after that sack, timeout taken.
Yeah, tough on Tevin Jenkins to get thrown into action here. Maybe he was expecting a little chip on the outside by David Montgomery. Not sure, but he does not get those hands extended. In this league, against these pass rushers, you better get a shot with your arms extended to try and stymie that rush, because these guys will slide right off of shoulder blocks. It's good defense. I tell you have to give Joe Barry a lot of credit. And let's face it, Matt LaFleur took a big chance. Nick Pettin, his team had gone to 2 straight championship games, and he made the change anyway. And so far, this defense has played really well this year.
So right now, Green Bay with a 15-point lead, which you know is significant, as Fields backs up, throws, and Montgomery, he cannot get out of bounds. But they take a timeout now at the 26-yard line. With exactly 60 seconds. Right after the game, it's the Abbott post game. Catherine will interview the star of the game. We'll take a look at next Sunday's Saints-Bucks matchup, and that's coming up at the conclusion. $75 points in this game, when a few folks we know expected 43 or so.
It's been fun. It really has been a fun night of football, and I think you get to see players like Robert Quinn and the great game he had, especially in the first half. There's Monte Adams, and he has been sensational as always. Aaron's not been too bad, and Jakeem Grant kind of stole the show in the first half, and now the Bears need a first down.
3rd and 13. Fields going for the end zone, and incomplete. Robinson is there in the corner. Stokes covering on the play. 4th and 13. Right now, it's the second highest scoring game in the history of this fabled rivalry. 1955. Bears beat the Packers 52-31.
Eric Stokes runs a 4.25 40. Has a 51.5 completion percentage, which is the best of all 64 players that have 50 targets. That guy is going to be great. Just write it down. He's going to be great.
4th and 13. From the 27. Fields throws high and intercepted off the tip. And that'll wrap it up. Chandon Sullivan with the interception.
One more jump pass this time for Justin Fields, but as contact was made, it sailed over the top. They had a chance. That one may well have been that first down, but just too high. And
so the Packers will run out the clock. and move on to meet the Ravens on the road next weekend. For Aaron Rodgers tonight, 29 of 37 for 341. 4 touchdowns, no picks.
No Jordan Love around to take this final snap, so Kurt Binkert's going to get the honor of doing it. And for Rodgers, the beat goes on.
And for Fields tonight, 18 to 33 was Justin for 224. Good first half, but a loss for Chicago to send their mark to 4 wins, 9 losses. LaFleur now 36-9 in 2 3/4 seasons as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And that is a wrap from Lambeau 45-30, the Abbott postgame show, right after these messages.
Sights of the season from the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam.
Garoppolo going deep on first down into double coverage and is picked off.
What a play.
Walton under pressure. Ball comes out.
Man, that was some shot.
Whole bunch of Browns coming after him. Jackson trying to keep it alive. Put it up for grabs. And it's a touchdown! Wow!
Walmart Plus, a membership with free same-day delivery and no extra fees.
Grabbing Dunkin' before the Bears game. It's a game day ritual.
Too long coffee. Any cream or sugar? Yes, please. Thanks a lot.
It's always game on with Dunkin'. Rewards members earn 100 bonus points on Mondays when you order ahead with the Dunkin' app.
Go, go.